Okay, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Trigger Mike. Ah, so now I know why my camera always tripping. Because I'm not the one that started the stream. Oh, okay. So my camera looks better when I'm the one who starts the stream. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. God damn it, welcome. That's Bernie Mac for those that don't know. Rest in peace to him. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Trigger Mike Show on the Lapeef Network. I am Trigger Mike. Thank y'all for tuning in with me again. It seems like I still have fans after yesterday. So I'm always appreciative of that. All right. I still have fans. I kind of yelled at some people yesterday. I didn't know if everybody was going to show back up. I didn't know if y'all was going to be done with me after that. But I'm glad to see you're still in attendance and still supporting the Trigger Mike Show on the Lapeef Network. I'm happy to have you. Thank you for your patronage and continued support. Let me get this double stream going real quick. All right, bet. Here we are. Right now, we got 31 likes and 61 people in the chat. I need 40. I need 40. Let's get a little over. I need 40. I need a little more. Get those likes up right now. Get those likes up. All the way up to 40, and we will continue. But man, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. You know, it takes time to work back into that work week. All right. That holiday food slow your whole intestinal tract down, don't it? It slows your whole intestinal tract down. I ate good on Easter, as most of you did. Let me know what you ate if you ate good on Easter. All right. Definitely, definitely. I appreciate y'all for coming through to the Trigger Mike Show on the greatest network on YouTube, the Lapeef Network. Salute to the viewers nationwide and international. We got viewers in Africa. We got viewers. Shout out to my man Humble in the building. We got viewers in Canada, Europe. All right, we going international here on the Lapeef Network. We on the road to 100,000. We don't even have 100,000, and we're still the greatest network on YouTube. Nobody's matching us. In fact, people putting us in titles, trying to hate on us, and they got more subscribers than us. So I think that means we're doing a pretty damn good job. Yeah, and just in case you thought, I'm still taking shots all month. I'm petty. I don't know if it's because I dress this way or I'm usually professional or it's because I teach at the university that people think somehow I'm above petty shit. I'm the most petty professor you ever met in your life. In fact, coin that nickname. I'm going to give myself a nickname, the petty professor. I like it. I like it. That one's going to stick. Just like Trigger Mike did. That one's going to stick. If you have a nickname that you'd like to give me for my pettiness, make sure you put that in the chat as well. I'm taking shots. We don't even have 100,000 yet, but somehow everybody want to talk about us like we got 1,000,000. I think that means we doing something. We doing something right over here. We doing something right. Either way, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you have not. If you are watching this for free, okay, you watch these for free and you haven't hit the like button, you are doing yourself and us a disservice. Please show your support and please subscribe. Subscribe if you have not and share this out to people. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Please send this out to people so they can know what's going on. All of my international people that think somebody in your family, somebody in your friend group could participate in this, whether they're young, 18 and older, or an older person. Let them know this is what you're watching, getting you through your workday, getting you through your evenings, your dinner, whatever. Let them know this is what you're watching. It's not even just the Trigger Mike Show. We have plenty of broadcasts across the Lapeef Network for you to partake in. So make sure you subscribe to the Lapeef Network. For those of you that want to support the show, you can do so in form of super chat. We always appreciate those super chats when they come through, and I will be reading those aloud. As you want to come into this topic and collaborate and have your voice heard, please do so by sending a super chat. We always appreciate it. And if you're watching this broadcast after it has ended, so if you're watching and it's over, but you like something I said, or something any of the panelists say that come up on this show today, you can still support by sending a super thanks. Hit a like, get that subscription going, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Hit the bell for notifications and send us a super thanks to show your support. We always appreciate that. So I thank y'all for that. Who we got in the chat today? Miss Jill, how you doing? Jill's Chocolate Boutique. I'm here so I don't get fined. Bet. Kenny, early, saying a man can't make a woman happy. He can only create the kingdom. She will find happiness within the realm of his kingdom. I mean, you're just gonna take my entire thesis. All right, bro. Jojo, I'm not taking a day off. I'm right here, bro. Hack, what's going on? Demetrius Carter checking in from Broward. Broward, is that Fort Lauderdale? Let me know. Let me know. I might be off on that. Quincy, what's going on? Nah, is that Hollywood? Is Broward Hollywood or is I don't know. Dade County. All right. Isaiah Jr., what's going on? Quincy, what's up? What's up? My man Israel in the building. What's going on? Hopefully he comes up to chill with us and chat today. B Love, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for coming through. Mr. Charles Humble is in the building. Sherwin Thomas, what's going on? Super Pious, how you doing? How you doing? E Chanel, how you doing? How you doing? My man King Spark, always showing love with the $10 super chat. Appreciate that, bro. Hope to see you on the panel today. Thank you for your support. Official Stacks, or I don't know. Mr. Charles, what's going on? Lacey, what's going on? OG Lee, how you doing? Thank you for coming through the King Talk last night. In fact, we're gonna go over that video, that Deval Ellis video from last night on today's show. I couldn't believe that. That was lingering on my mind as I was on my way to sleep. So yeah, we're gonna go through that today, man. Again, welcome to the Trigger Mike Show. Let's jump right into the topic so we can get the panel up to discuss these interesting topics we have today. So the topic for today is happy wife, happy life is a scam. Now, one of the things people have been saying about shows in this space is that we don't provide solutions. We actually do. Some of y'all just don't listen. Y'all don't listen because maybe we're not as direct as we should be. We're not as blunt as we should be. And, I'll admit that a lot of men still want to put sugar. They still want to put sugar on their message so it tastes good. I say forget that. I'm going to try not to curse today because, boy, I watched my stream back yesterday and I cursed y'all out. I'm sorry about that, but it was going to happen. It was going to happen one way or another. Don't be upset with me. I didn't start it. But yeah, so I'm going to be direct and I'm going to tell y'all straight up. It's a scam. Happy wife, happy life is a scam. This is not a tactic to get you. It's not just a tactic to get you to pay attention. Happy wife, happy life. That narrative is actually a scam. And I can prove it to you. And like I do on this show and with our dialogue, I'm going to prove it to you. You're going to be on my side by the end of this stream. I promise you. Happy wife, happy life is a scam. If we have any unmarried ladies in the chat, I want you to pay extra close attention to today's stream. I want you to know that you will be on my side by the end of this and that your prosperity, everything you want out of life, if you want marriage to a good man, to a faithful man, to a functional man, it is not found within this narrative y'all keep perpetuating out here in society. It's not found. It's not found out here. Happy wife, happy life is a scam. And as with most things related to radical feminism, they lied to you. So this shouldn't be hard to believe. I believe our women are intelligent. And all you got to do is pay a little more attention. Give a listening ear just a little while longer and let us prove it. I have a clip that I want to play. This lady gave a masterful explanation. She is married. I checked her page. So she does have credibility on this topic. She's newly married, but I don't think it matters. She focused on what she wanted and she got it. Stay tuned for the clip. Let's watch it.
Happy wife, happy life, but a happy man is God's plan. And don't get me wrong, of course God wants his daughters to be happy too, but we were created to be their helpmeet. Bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh. There's no woman without men. Our desire is to be onto them to make sure that they're happy, because as the head of our house, when he's good, we all good. And when he's not, best believe the whole house is going to feel that too. So get that happy wife, happy life mantra out your head, because a happy man is definitely God's plan.
Man, we just got to celebrate. Listen, man, I'm going to say it every time. Every time it comes across my head. Doesn't sense on a black woman just, it makes her look better? If you agree, let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. When a woman has some sense and she's not afraid to show it, she's not afraid of the sisterhood, and she's 100% willing and capable, and actually made a purposeful post to say, this is what I think. Y'all need to serve. It makes them look better. Goodness gracious. She was glowing. I don't know. Y'all probably couldn't see it, but she was glowing to me. That woman had the golden glow. I might as well call her the last dragon. Put her theme music on. Women just look better when they talk sense. I'm telling y'all don't even get it, man, but y'all will. Y'all will get it. Do she got a sister? Hey, ladies, if y'all paying attention, this is the way men get when women have sense and you want to achieve and serve in the way you were purpose built. But hey, I'm going to make a bold statement here because we're going to get things started. We're going to get things started off right today. Just in case you don't understand my position on this. And so there is no misunderstanding going forward. Happy wife, happy life is a scam. As a matter of fact, every man on earth that has tried to make his woman happy has failed. If you got pushback from me, put it in the chat and I'll repeat. Every man that has tried to make his woman happy has failed. You want to go on an impossible journey? You want the dude that wrote, what's that book? Those children, Chronicles of Narnia? Do you want to write a fantasy book? Do you need a plot? Write a book about trying to make a woman happy. Oh, well, yeah. What was that book called? The Never Ending Story? Did anybody read that or watch that movie? What? Hold on. Let me make sure. Was it called The Never Ending Story? Yes, it sure was. 1984. You want to write a new series? You want to write a new rendition of that? The Never Ending Story? Try to make a woman happy. That is a never ending series of shows, books, seminars. Make a woman happy, my ass. It's impossible. Every man that has ever tried to make his woman happy has failed. If you don't believe me, let's look at all the expressions that exist about trying to please women. Women are never satisfied. Nothing is ever enough. Too much is not enough, etc. You've heard it all before. You've heard men that are fed up years into their marriage, years into their relationship, say such things. Damn, what can I do? And then women just come back. They come into the YouTube space. They come into other spaces acting like he's not doing enough. He can do too much. And guess what? She's not happy. Every man that has tried to make his woman happy has failed. Should we suffice that to say that ain't your freaking job? Happy wife, happy life, my ass. I get it though, fellas. I get it. As I often say, this is not even your fault. We got to look at how you got here. What indoctrinated you to this mess? Everything. Nobody. And let's be honest. Nobody can fight this machine on their own. Your mind is malleable. You didn't have the tools to fight it. The media engine behind this indoctrination was mighty. You had 90s R&B music. Oh my goodness. 90s R&B music is the single greatest enemy of modern men. If you're a millennial and you grew up to these songs telling you to pander and cater to women, to do everything for them with no reciprocation, with no expectation of reciprocation, I understand. Salute to you, Sir Hale. I see you. Appreciate you for coming through. You had no chance of getting that service reciprocated to you because you're not supposed to serve her. It doesn't work like that. Put a song in the chat that you can remember from the 90s. Put a song in the chat that you can remember basically told you to serve the hell out of a woman. I don't think a period greater than the 90s exists. I'll make love to you, Boys to Men, singing and crying and shit in the rain. On bended knee. Oh, God. The title is scent worthy. On bended knee, my ass. If we want to take it out of the 90s, every Drake song with a slow tempo is pandering. Keith Sweat, Nobody. Babyface, I haven't heard that one. Omarion, that's not 90s, but I'll take it. How Do I Breathe? That's Mario. Mario did How Do I Breathe, I think. Jodeci, Forever My Lady. All My Life, Casey and JoJo. That's what you see what I'm saying? Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Sir Hale, we not hating on 90s. I mean, I'm gonna play it. I was having a jam session while I was writing this script. I said 90s music. I was in here on some Mary J. I can love you. Hey, who you thugging? Who you want to be? I was in here jamming. So I can't lie. Oh, put that woman first. There, Jaheim was a humongous simp. I mean, he got paid for it. So that music did the worst to y'all, man. It did the worst. It did the worst. And then Drake just came out and followed it up and put it in the hip hop. And then y'all were goners after that. Let me tell y'all a bit of how men should move. If we are going to cancel the phrase, if we are going to cancel the expression, happy wife, happy life, then I got to replace it with something, right? I got to explain a few things to y'all. Men should move solely based on purpose and service, either to God, if you're religious, or an ideal, if you're not. Plain and simple. You move solely based on purpose and service to God, if you're religious, or an ideal, if you're not. What about the women? All of you women who are sitting here like, did you just say that, Trigger Mike? Well, what does that mean for me? Because y'all selfish. Don't worry, it's not a dig. Y'all were made that way. You're always focused on survival, where your next meal is coming from, because you can't manipulate the earth yourself. So you have to attach yourself to someone who can. So what is in it for women in what I'm saying? A smart woman will find her place in your purpose. A smart woman, a dutiful woman, will find fulfillment in your purpose. That's what we need to be pushing out here. Think about it. Think about it. Do y'all need proof? A married professional athlete, basketball, baseball takes forever. It's all year long. They get like 3 months off, if that, maybe 2.5. Yeah, spring training, they get 2.5 months tops off. Then it's back to spring training. Football is a little shorter, but they got camps and whatnot, mini camps. All of these professional athletes spend over half the year either away from home, or when they are home, their time is rationed off to their spouse. Endorsements, meetings, photo shoots, practice, training, weight training, calisthenics, ration their time off to their spouse and to their kids. Because obviously we get to see the spectacle that is that person's purpose, or at least what's driving them towards it. And that's where they need to serve. They worked all their life to get there. So I don't know many women, if I'm being real, I don't know many women that can be happy without their spouse being physically present all the time. But those women should have known what they signed up for. Am I wrong? Some of them do know exactly what they signed up for. Many dudes marry women they were with in college. They marry women they were with when they were young. Most of them marry those women. These women have to find fulfillment in their purpose, in his purpose. Because he gone. You know where he's at. He's doing work on your behalf. You sitting in that big ass house. What's her name? Savannah James. Been holding the fort down. 20 years strong. Husband ain't been home for 10 years. Do the math. On the road, playing the game, traveling to the game, coming back from the game. They've been married, not that long, but they've been together that long. He played 20 years. He ain't been home for at least 10. She's still holding the fort down. She finds fulfillment in his purpose. He don't need to be there all the time. Lesson. What do we learn from this? Ladies, this one is for you. Because some of y'all need to hear this. So you don't lose hope and think I'm just spitting BS out here. Don't lose hope. Well, aren't I supposed to get served too? Isn't there something for me out of the deal? I know that's how y'all think. It's 2023. I'm not going to leave y'all out. A man serves by default, ladies. He serves by default. Our entire life is dedicated to service. We should serve our purpose. A man should never be focused, follow my words, focused on serving his woman. That is not your purpose. She will find her fulfillment in your purpose. You need more proof. Do women respect men that overly cater to them? They go chase behind men that are purposeful, purpose-driven, and don't pay them no attention. Y'all remember that expression? The power in the relationship lies with the person who cares least. A man that's focused on his purpose will always seem like he cares the least. Yeah, I love her, but I'm at work. I'm working right now. I got a purpose. I got to build something for her to admire. I got to build something to show this world. I got to build a legacy for our children. She will be okay. Y'all love those type of dudes. Stop the cap. When a man is not focused on you, good God Almighty, the arch in your back gets deeper when a dude don't give a damn about you. A dude that want to sing all those love songs in your ear, you don't like that guy. Stop the cap. You don't like that guy. You like the guy that's purpose driven. They don't give a damn whether you come or go. That is y'all favorite dude. Y'all love chasing behind that guy. Serve your purpose, man. Don't serve these women. It's automatic. When you serve your purpose, it's automatic. They are automatically included in that. She receives service by default when you serve your purpose. Here's the qualifying statement for that. Women are going to be very upset about this and what I just said. They're going to say, no, we're supposed to serve each other. Wrong. Wrong. Every man that has tried to make his woman happy has failed. Do you need more proof? Let's get it. Let me make another bold statement because we getting it in. We got 180 people in the chat. I need those likes right up right now. Get those likes up. Let me make another bold statement. Every woman that is focused on her happiness has wrecked her family. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. We getting it in today. Every woman that is focused on her happiness has wrecked her family or is about to. When a relationship transitions from service to God, service to the ideal, service to the family, and focuses on the woman, that family is doomed. Every woman that is focused on her happiness wrecked her family. My man Demetrius Carter says it. Tia Mowry, perfect example. Can't trust them with this. Women should be focused on service. And through that service, you achieve fulfillment. That is what this stuff is about. That's what marriage is about. That's what relationships are about. I'm not trying to be happy. I have an end goal in mind. Fulfillment is at the end of that. All right. Don't take my word for it, y'all. Don't take my word for it because we gotta have proof. Everybody pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. All right. Yeah. I'm a Samsung guy. Forget you iPhone people. Pick up your phone right now. Leave a message or send a text message to any woman you know that is single and unmarried, whether she has kids or not. Ask her just straight up, whose life do you wish you had? 35 and up. Not a celebrity. Don't say celebrity. Out of all of our friends and or your family, whose life do you wish you had? Ask her straight up. These women that you're going to send this out to, these are some of these women, these are their characteristics. These are some of the things that they said back in the day. They told you, these are the women that told you serving a man his plate was from the 50s. They said dedicating your life to your family was antiquated. This is all the stuff they said in their 20s. They screamed that their happiness was the most important thing to them. I want to see those therapy notes because they're going to lie. Some of them might tell you the truth, but a lot of them are going to lie. A lot of them are going to lie straight to your face. But let's see those therapy notes. Let's break a few HIPAA laws and summon those therapy notes. The life they wish they had belongs to the woman who is service-oriented and dedicated to her family, because that woman tends to have it all. She got the man. She got the house. She got the kids that aren't maladjusted, probably doing well in school, etc. Fulfillment. That woman has, hold on, let me get on my loaded Lux real quick. That woman got the large picture, not the small frame. She got the large picture. Her picture is widescreen, not landscape. You can't even see in the back because there's so much more to come. So many blessings about to get rained on her head because she's an obedient woman. She's a compliant woman. She's a submissive woman. She's a cooperative woman. That's the life they wish they had. Whether they tell you or not, they're capping. Now, last night, for those who caught King Talk, thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely one of my favorite shows on the Lapeef Network. Always good to fellowship with the fellas. That's what we call it. It's like, never any drama. It's always fellowship. God, you gotta love talking to the dudes sometimes, man. You gotta love it. I'm about to play another video, y'all, and this video is from last night. My wife watches. I forget the title of the podcast, but the people's name, the guy's name is Deval Ellis, and his wife's name is Kadeen, I believe. Sorry if I messed that up. But they have a podcast that's extremely popular. Extremely popular. He is even on that show on BET. I can't watch anything on BET. It's all terrible. But he's on a show. He's one of the main characters. He's like either the boyfriend or the husband, I don't know, of one of the spin-off shows that Tyler Perry made. And yeah, so I've actually admired him. I've admired him for many years. So I don't know what made him say the shit he said in the clip that I watched yesterday, but we're going to play this clip. Fellas, we're going to switch gears real quick. I need y'all to listen to me very intently. One of the reasons I'm offended, actually. I'm offended because I don't know how big I'm going to get in this space, but one of the things that hold on, dead ass, that's what it's called. Dead ass. All right. That is what their podcast is called. One of the things that I really hope, and I need y'all to call me out on it if I ever do it, I cannot be making so much money and have so much opportunity that everything that I say, all of my titles, I just start betraying them. I just start betraying everything I believe because of the things I need to say to keep the bag going. That'll be like a spirit death. And I need y'all to hold me accountable to that. I guess we call it selling out, but when you do it in this way, it's kind of worse than selling out. We're going to play this video of what he was saying. And I need y'all to bear with me because, ladies, it's going to trigger you while I talk. And fellas, some of you going to be like, well, what's wrong with that? Let me explain in detail. And we'll move forward after that. Simp warning. Simp warning. All right, let's go.
I feel, though, as the man, I am the leader of my household. Right? But as the leader, that doesn't mean that I just tell everybody what to do. My first responsibility as the leader is to make sure everyone is okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So first and foremost, he broke down leadership very well. Nothing wrong, nothing to see there, right? So that was the way I believe, a man leads his home as well. That's the way I lead my home. So we're in agreement there. No red flags yet. Let's continue.
Right? So I have to be of service to my wife. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you say things like that, I have to be of service to my wife. The trigger word for people is like, oh, he wants to serve his wife. He's a simp.
Pause right there. I just told y'all, you cannot say shit like that. Men serve by default. Simp warning. Let's get the definition of simp because he said he wants to serve his wife. If you hear something like that, he's a simp. So I don't want to continue without giving you the definition that we are using in this context. According to dictionary.com, simp is a slang insult for men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them. Woo! Y'all said this stuff don't work that we doing in this space. But dictionary.com is out here detailing the words we use. I think y'all need to pay attention. The Urban Dictionary also has a good definition. Shorter, very succinct. The Urban Dictionary states, when a male is overly submissive to a female and gains nothing from it. I like that definition as well. All right, so now we know what simp means. Let's keep moving.
And then you have all the detractors who call you a simp because you, as a leader, want to serve your wife, right? Then there's a woman, if she says, no, I want to serve my husband, they tell her she's submissive, and you're setting women back. In our relationship, and it only works in ours because we've agreed to these power dynamics, I'm the man, I'm the head of the household, I lead. We both make a lot of money.
Y'all, this is where we start to differ. And everybody on King Talk last night kind of said the same thing. They were like, we were with them for a second, then we were like, what are you about to say? My man, Deval Ellis, I am nobody compared to you. And I like saying that because I know, well, people with money, I don't give a damn how much money, how much notoriety, how much fame anyone has. They can be wrong. Me, Anton, JR, Sir Hale, Humble Dad, Luis, anybody you see in the spaces, we can be wrong. So just because he's rich, just because you know him, doesn't mean he's saying correct shit. And on this, he is wrong. The thing that he said that is absolutely wrong is that he said, power dynamic we agreed to. I am the leader. That is your God-given freaking right. She ain't got no place agreeing with none of that. Before I go off, let me continue.
I pay all the bills in the house.
Subtle flex.
Right? See, subtle flex. But because I did make a post. I said, I realized the greatest flex I could ever have is when my wife is kept, but she keeps making money. You see what I'm saying? As the leader, when we both make money, I take care of the family, I take care of our wealth planning, I take care of our legacy building. Whatever money she makes is hers. She can do whatever she wants to do with it. So,
Jesus, help me. Oh, God. This post had like 250,000 likes, over 100,000, 150,000 reshares. This is what I'm talking about, man. You can't give everybody a microphone. And I'm pretty sure, I don't religiously listen to his podcast. My wife does. She loves it. And he was really solid. He was really, really solid for a long time. Now he done stepped his game up. And I don't know why he's doing this. A few guys last night said, oh, he's just doing this I don't care what reason. You don't trade on men like this. You don't trade on your previous position like this. You betrayed yourself. You betrayed your position as a husband. Men are naturally and traditionally conservative in their role as husband. So this liberal approach you're taking to being a husband, you traded on God. You traded on the ideal. And I'm going to explain to y'all why this is important. Let's continue.
So is she really being submissive and being controlled? No, because she has the opportunity, if she wants to go somewhere else.
Y'all see what I'm getting at here? And I didn't even outline my previous gripe with what he said. Her money is hers and she can do what she wants. Women celebrate that. Oh my God. There is not, listen, ladies, anybody that has any respect for me in the chat, I got to tell you that's not the way it works. A man is not less of a man, or he is not more of a man for saying what this gentleman is saying. He is wrong. This is an ego problem. This is an ego problem. Make note. He just starts saying stuff like this. He won't saying this before he got the bag. He just starts saying stuff like this because his bag is growing. She could do what she wants. Or she could do it. That liberal approach is betrayal to yourself. You don't say that shit. Bring it all in. It's all our money. What is wrong with people? get the bag and just lose their goddamn mind.
But me being a leader and being in that position of power is giving her an opportunity to live in a life in a world with full autonomy. Right. She don't have to depend on anybody else, not even me.
Or desire.
God. All right, look, I'm not even going to say. She doesn't have to depend on anybody else, not even me. Go ahead and give her the keys to your house right now. Go ahead and give her the keys to your house right now and move out. What is wrong with what that man said? She don't have to depend on no one, not even me. What is wrong? I'm going to let the chat tell me. You are laying the framework for discord in your house. Let me give y'all my ultimate point on this. I'm going to give y'all my ultimate point so we don't get lost. I don't lose anybody on the message on this. The reason the women in my family, let's say, the women that I've known in the circles that I frequent, the reason these women don't do certain things to their husbands is because their husbands never cede control. They keep control. Men, never cede control to your wife, because I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about your ability to lead or keep control. But if you cede a little bit of it off, she will lose her freaking mind. Don't boost her head up like that. The key takeaway from this: do not present yourself as a submissive ever. You gave that woman all the tools she needs to start trading up on your ass, to start negotiating gender roles. Everything you said she agreed to is now going to be a disagreement. That's the way women are. That is the way women are. I'm not even dissing. He says, we agreed to a power dynamic that only works in our relationship. And that's the problem. It is not the man's adherence to the agreement that I'm worried about. It's the woman's. 2023. Don't we have enough examples of women? What is a woman's primary tendency? Let me teach y'all something today. Who's going to say it first? Who's going to say it first? What is a woman's primary tendency in this life? What is she going to do? Let me know. What is a woman's primary tendency in this life? My man JM says, oh, give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Absolutely. But a woman's primary tendency is to change her mind. It's not even her fault, dog. That's the way she is built. You have to know this as a man. This is called leadership. A woman's primary tendency is to change her mind. Women are extremely fickle. You've heard this before. Extremely fickle creatures. They will break any agreement off of feelings alone. Indecisive. That is synonymous with fickle. I believe it is anyway. They will break any agreement off of their feelings alone. I know what we agreed to, but I know I took those vows, but my happiness is in jeopardy. Or am I saying something y'all haven't heard before? Am I saying something y'all haven't heard recently? Women are extremely fickle. I'm not worried about a man's adherence to any agreement. It's that woman. Give her the power. And when she's going to abuse it, they can't. Let me tell y'all something. I think I'm taking this from my man John the Baptist. This is what I need you men, you arrogant ass men, to understand. If a woman won't keep her promise to God Almighty, what the hell makes you think she's going to keep her promise to you? They won't keep their promise to God Almighty. But you think they're going to keep their promise to you? Don't cede any ground. She was built to live under your leadership. She could do what she want with her money. That is the biggest load of simp shit I've ever heard in my life.
And so when she don't gotta live like that and she can just do whatever she wants, but she still wants to be my wife, that makes me feel good.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I know y'all feel it too, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop the link. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this one, man. I'll come up, talk to you, boy. Let me get in some of these super chats. I didn't star them all. Let me make sure I got them all. All right. My man King Spark with the $10. We appreciate that. Mr. Marriage, Politics, and Sports says, I saw this. He is a tremendous simp. His wife has sucked all the objectivity out of him. Some alpha male is busting those cheeks. That's what you get. And let me say something that I saw. Let me say something about that video last night. So, ladies, and even gentlemen, let me speak to y'all for a second. You are not a simp for doing nice things for your wife. You're not even a simp for kind of stepping out of the bounds to do things with your wife that isn't really acceptable by other males. You're not even a simp for that. You are a simp once you lose perceived control of your household, because now men perceive you as a simp. That's a problem. Once you lose perceived control of your household, all chaos is about to break loose. We don't need to know everything you're doing. You trying to pander to women. You trying to pander to female fans. I got you, Israel. Oh, all right, let me get this last super chat and get my brother in here. Shed some light on the topic. Marriage, Politics, and Sports, $10. He is letting her live in her chaos, and it is just a matter of time before she messes up. I said that last night. His ego is going to bite him in the buns. Absolutely. That was his ego on display. I let her do what she wants. Don't ever say no shit like that. Yeah. I wouldn't say no stuff like, I wouldn't explain my role in my marriage like that. I do what I want. No, I don't. But anyway, yeah, I'm a bit hot, man. What's going on, my man Israel?
What's good with you, Trigger Mike? How you doing, man? How's it going, fam? Salute to the chat. How's everybody doing today? Hey, so Trigger Mike, I will offer this. This is what a lot of men do, especially when they're alpha and they're in a position like he's in. I'm not agreeing with it, and I agree with a lot of your position, but I would like to offer a little slight change of thought on the situation, if I may.
No doubt.
Okay. So you have to remember that he's on, like you say, he's on that show with Tyler Perry, that Tyler Perry Network show, whatever it is, right? And then he's already in a relationship, if I understand, or in some kind of romantic situation on that show, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of women on that show. There's a lot of women that watch that show, right? So you see where I'm going with that? So you know that, you know what I'm saying, his wife is probably putting a lot of pressure on him and putting a lot of like, I know, I see why you do that, or you was with that B, or you spend all this time. And so what and it does go into what your title is. He is trying and doing a horrible job of trying to appease his wife so that his family life and his family situation could be at peace. That's really what it is. It's not really about his ego. It's about the fact that he's trying to juggle his career and his working and what he's doing, and the fact that there's so many women that are on that show, and then there's so many women that watch that show, and then he's doing these intimate scenes or whatever the case may be, but his wife is at home with his kids. And so he's trying to juggle that situation. Not that it's right, and not that that's the right way to handle it. I more so lean to what you're saying, but I think it's more so that than anything else.
That's a good observation. I mean, you made the exact observation I think two fellas made last night on King Talk. They said the same exact thing. They said, you know, hey, look, y'all know the show he on. He's trying to, but that also goes into my statement where I said you don't see control. So at no point in your relationship or your marriage should you present as a submissive. And really, as a man, it's really I said what I said and I did what I did, especially when you're doing things within your God-given purpose and right.
But you gotta understand too, Trigger Mike. Listen, some women are like, yo, she's from up north, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Aren't they both from like New York, Queens, Brooklyn, or something like that? Yeah. Oh, bro, they're from my place. I thought it was Queens, but anyway, if they're from Brooklyn. So what I'm trying to tell you is, she will take half his shit. So he worried about that too. They remember they was just trying to figure it out when they got together. They went through, they was grinding together, trying to figure it out. So all of this wealth and all this stuff that they have, they basically built that together. And he basically got that after they've been married with children. So he thinking about it probably from the standpoint of he don't want to lose his kids and he don't want to lose his bread. And it's cheaper to keep her.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is all of that worth losing his self-respect?
No.
It's not. It's never worth it, bro.
No,
it's never worth it, because this is the part that I don't agree with wholeheartedly. And this is where I feel like, yes, because you're actually right. You are laying out the problem, the dilemma that all men have to go through in this society, especially with their fear of the justice system and the family court and all of that. That fear is constant. I can get that part. But do you think you should give your wife the keys to start wrecking your marriage? Like, do you think him saying all that, it's just going to be received well and she's not going to act up?
Absolutely not. At the same time, he what he's trying to do is he's trying to put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound is really what he's trying to do. And we all know how that's going to work out. At the same time, in his mind, he's already an alpha. Yes. Someone, I think Sabrina was like, wasn't he a football player? Yes, he was. At the same time, think about it. He wasn't a football star, right? He got cut or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I'm vaguely familiar with their story. Yeah, not really into their story like that. But I think maybe he played 2 years or 3 years or something and got cut. So it wasn't. And then they were broke after that. And then they had to grind up, right? Something to that effect or degree. Yep. Then they had to grind up. They grounded up together. They started their YouTube channel. They started popping. Then she was getting offers. He was getting offers, but he was like, he wanted her. But wasn't there some kind of, and I'm not trying to put anything out there, because I said something the other day and I couldn't find no proof of it. So I don't like to just put something out there. But I thought that there was some sort of infidelity or some sort of rumor of infidelity early in their relationship or something like that. That was kind of separated him, or she was feeling like he was out there doing this thing or something. It was something like that, wasn't it? Or am I mistaken?
No, I don't remember that specifically. So I don't want to put that out there. What he did say, almost verbatim, if I can remember it, he asked if having sex is such a problem for you, then why do you prioritize monogamy? He said that straight on the show.
Oh, so it was something like that where they're intimate. Yeah.
He was
okay, I knew it was something because like I said, I didn't really watch them like that, but I had caught something, like a glimpse of something. And no, CC, every man is not an alpha. Every husband is not an alpha. No. At the same time, hey, how you doing, Mr. Payne? How's it going? At the same time, doing good. At the same time, I believe that he is an alpha. Wouldn't you say he's an alpha? Especially with a King's part.
I don't know anymore.
Hey, what's up, man?
I mean, wouldn't you have said he was an alpha up until that point?
Up until that point, I would have.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I think that a lot of men sometimes, especially powerful men or alpha men, sometimes what they do is they'll be like, yo, let me defer a little bit to this woman so that this situation won't get too out of control and it will be able to be handled. Now, that's a mistake, like you're pointing out, but that's what people do. I'm gonna let y'all get in here, brothers.
Yeah, I just like to say shout out to my nigga. I'm in Ismo right now. You know what I'm saying? It's how we doing it today.
I see you. I see you
for a little bit, but hey, look, man. Let me stop fucking with y'all. Hey, look, man. I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. You can't make them happy, man. You can't make their ass happy. It don't matter if you bend over backwards, sideways. No matter what you do, their ass ain't never gonna be happy. If you give them an inch, they will take a mile, okay, off top. You know what I mean? And they ungrateful and goddamn entitled and selfish too. All of them.
Damn, King Spark, all of them, all of them, all women like that.
Got the no. There's a couple out there that's okay.
It's the two that is it only the two that you got?
No comment. No comment. No comment. Go ahead, brother JT, man. Go ahead,
What's up, JT. How you doing, man?
Yeah, you want me to go? You go, JT? Or is it too loud? Do I need to put my headset on? Y'all can hear good.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you, man. We can hear you.
It was too loud.
Yeah, so you know what? It's funny because this is one of my top 10. When you're courting and vetting a woman, one of the things that when Trigger Mike was talking about happiness, you know, that's one of my things that a guy needs to talk to his perspective, his prospect about how she feels about happiness. And the way you have to do it is you have to find out whether your woman is one of these chicks who has this fairy tale kind of thing going on. It's one of my top 10. So I got that. So I have the two things. One, sacrifice is not a marriage is not a sacrifice, and happiness is not part of the vows. I got those two things together. And you know, so getting back on this dude, even though he has money, Israel, a lot of guys with money, and you know, even if they're the toughest guys in the world and the richest guys in the world, it almost doesn't equate to how much they could actually simp to a woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, because us, little guys could conflate that, right? You could have a street guy who knows how to handle his woman a whole lot better than a rich guy, right? And this guy, man, to me, what he said was just an absolute travesty. You know, I wonder if he even has a prenup, if he's married to this chick.
He's married to her, yeah.
Yeah, so he probably married her. You know, all his.
They've been married for a minute. They don't have no prenup, I don't think.
Nah, not the way they.
Because he didn't have nothing. He lost. He only had like a few $100,000 or something.
Okay, so he made it with her. Well, maybe that makes a little bit of a difference. I have to say.
He got all his success after they got. Yeah.
But here's my real point. You can't let a woman just go. Here's my thing. You don't have to demand, and you don't have to like command and shit like that. But you can't let a woman live in her chaos. I mean, the reason why you're there is to put some order into her life. You put her out in the world, and your money is your money to do what you want. She's gonna fuck up sooner or later. It's just bound to happen. Just no way she's not gonna do something stupid. And when you flash a light on it, I mean, you might forgive her, but you're gonna be pissed off. She's gonna piss him off, and he might not even have enough gravitas to even be able to fix it, depending on what kind of mistake she makes.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say. Women will they'll trip your ass out, man. That's it.
If you let them, they will.
But he sounds like he's right on the path to do
it.
He
is. He's making a huge blunder and a huge mistake at the same time. I think it's really to try to save his family, so to speak. But yeah, he's making a huge blunder and a huge mistake.
Can somebody explain to me the situation? Because I kind of tuned in a little bit late. Just a quick summary.
All right, so
he's on his soapbox over there, so he'll do it.
So a husband, one of the guys on Tyler Perry's show, been married for years now. They got plenty of kids, and he has a podcast with his wife. So previously he was a stand-up dude. Like, he would say things like, I'm the leader, this, that, and the third. And his wife was actually presented as a very submissive woman. But now he just went on like Cam Newton's podcast and just simp all the way, saying stupid stuff like her money is hers. And we can kind of see this corresponding to him getting a major bag and him being on that Tyler Perry show, right? So now he has way more female fans than he ever had. He's on BT, and even the questions they ask him, because he's on all type of shows. He simped. Damn, I forgot that clip. He simped on what's that fine ass short haired black lady that's been reporting? They've been a journalist forever. Somebody, the chat gonna help me out. Tamron, that's her name. Tamron Hall. He simped on that show.
What's his name? What's his name again?
Deval, Ellis.
So that's the same guy y'all were talking about who did the little podcast with the women and was like, why you want me to be monogamous?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember that. I don't think I'm too in tune with the rest of it, but so he just had a change of tune all of a sudden.
No, yeah, and it's more so now that Now that he got the bag, you know, he's more liberal. He seemed to be very conservative with the way that he raised his family, the way he wanted his wife to behave, the way he wanted his children raised. You know, they have a podcast. He talks about all of that. Like how he's involved with the children and their roles. Like he was big on that. Now he getting the bag. Now he's with BET, which we know is a complete woman network, and he's changing his tune.
Okay. Does she have any type of popularity, or is she just like in the background?
No, they make money off the podcast. I think she has a few branding deals and stuff like that.
Okay. What it seems like to me, the only thing I could really think that'll make a guy change his tune like that is she kind of gave him that warning. Maybe they might have gotten into it about something, or she might have been like, "Look, I'll leave and take everything." I mean, that could be something. Maybe he's trying to, you know, he thought about it and was like, okay, maybe I need to change the tune. But I think happiness is something that a lot of women think is part of the vows, and I agree with Mr. Payne when he said that happiness is not part of it. I think a lot of women think to no happiness do us part instead of the death do us part. And I think a lot of women, as far as getting married, I think that we all know that women think the actual wedding is for them. But I think a lot of women think that the marriage in total is just for them. So it's supposed to be you catering to them. It's supposed to be you making sure that they're happy and that they're provided for, which some of those things I agree you should make sure happens. Like you should provide, you should protect. But it's not your job to make anybody happy. They have to make themselves happy.
My question too
wait,
is
real quick Spark, because I had my hand up, so I apologize.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yo, real fast. Yo, I just peeped that they got a book, We Over Me. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it came out this year in 2023. So that would explain it too. So maybe he's trying to be the 2023 Derek Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Number one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Number two,
it could be a PR move.
Yeah, hold on. Number two, yo, man. Yeah. Yo, there's no such thing as happiness, right? I always say this. I'm kind of famous for saying there's no such thing as happiness, period. Happiness is an elusive fairy tale, human-made construct that really doesn't point to anything. Happiness is so elusive and so fleeting that it might as well not exist anyway, because especially with women, because today, at this moment, they're happy because the wind is blowing. It's a perfect 75-degree day. The sun is out. But then, you know what I'm saying, the wind blows the wrong way and her skirt gets wrinkled. She's unhappy. So happiness is like this minute of a concept, this minute of a thing that we can't even count on. But I just was doing a little bit of research, and I think that it might be to sell their book and to monetize their marriage.
Yeah, but what he just said, though, is not a we kind of thing. It's like a me and her kind of thing, right? I mean, because even in the concept of is we, not me, what he said doesn't even jive with that. Because,
he's pandering, but Mr. Rich, he's pandering to the women because women are the ones that's gonna. Men ain't gonna buy that damn book. We know that. Come on, none of us men are gonna sit there and buy that MF book. We ain't think about it, but the women will. If he's telling them what they want to hear on these talk shows, the women will.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He could be the 2023 Derek Jackson.
I just
I'm not bad, King Spark.
Their main demographic, as far as their views, content creators can see all this. Their main difference might be women, and it might have only took one video where he pandered, and that was the most views, and they taking it around with it. We all see.
Women love what he said. No doubt about it. I just spent all my money. He set men back 100 years, man. Shit.
Yeah, they changed their YouTubers will change their whole programming off of one video.
And there's always going to be the women. Why are you hating on him? Nobody hating on him. Like, what's wrong there? See, it's always going to be one woman. Like, why y'all hating on him? Y'all just jealous. Y'all just wish y'all had.
That's true.
So how come women don't have the ability to see that their money is your money too? Why they don't see that shit?
It's simple. Here's the funny part about it. So remember, I keep telling y'all that the biggest enemy we have in the fight to reestablish order in the world or community is not women and their beliefs. It's simps.
It's men.
Every stupid narrative that gets pushed out there, like a woman, money is her money. Women are just, this is what they're supposed to do. Women challenge male authority by nature. So they're just going to put it out there and see what happens. And some simp ass dude is going to reinforce it. So they can go, you see, a man said it. A man said I should have this. And then more women are going to jump on that bad bandwagon and make it hard for purpose-driven men to say that in their house.
That's a real man right there.
That's a real nigga. Go read the comments.
Yeah, that's what she just said. Why leave that good man? Leave that good man alone. Leave that good man. That's a good man right there.
Read the comments to the video we watched. That's what they saying. This is a real husband right here. I wanted to throw my phone. Like, goodness gracious.
And you know his relationship is probably not even like that. Again, he is pandering and he is going for money. But you know what's interesting though, Trigger Mike, real quick.
Yeah.
Every time, most of the time when you see their names, her name is always first. It's always Kadeem, whatever her name is, and Deval. Ellis, that's unusual. Usually it's the man's name, especially if he was a pro athlete and then he's the one that's the movie star. That's really interesting and crazy. Her name is always first. Kadeem is Kadeem and Deval instead of Deval and Kadeem. You see what I'm saying? Am I wrong in that observation?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. No. Man's supposed to be over wife. God, man, wife, women, children. So
let's say you, Trigger Mike. I'm wrong in that.
No. Oh, no, you're not wrong in that. What you thought this was? I was about to be like, nah, say her name first, bro. Hell no. Hell no. His name was supposed to go first. Oh my goodness. Let me get a question from y'all real quick. Going. So, on the concept alone, is happy wife, happy life a bad concept? Anybody can go first.
Yes, absolutely, without question, unequivocally, happy life. Happy wife, happy life is a farce. It's that pseudo thing. It's a bullshit. But, and I said this the other day, and I just came up with this, but this is the truth. How do you control people? I think the sister, I forgot her name, so I apologize. Start with Benea or something. She came up with this book that says, and I think someone else said the phrase, but she came up with the book. The nation can only rise as high as its women. That's how you control weak men. You control weak men through their women.
Yep.
So the powers that be, someone was like, oh well, simps rule the world and simps make Rufus True said this yesterday on my stream. He's like, well, the simps rule the world and the simps, they make all the legislation. I said, no, you're wrong. It's not simps that make the legislation. It's not simps that make the rules, because good and guarantee their wives are not doing the same things that they are perpetrating in these rules and in these laws. These laws are to control us, the normal people. These laws are to control the masses, the people who are subjective to the wills and the whims of their women. And if you are a man who is subjected to the wills and the whims of your woman, you are lost in the sauce and you can never win. You can never win. As long as, because the problem is, and I think I was on your stream, Trigger Mike, when I came to this too. This is what it is. Like, and you said this too, Trigger Mike, and this a little while back. Women are much more lax and much more loose when it comes to the rules and structure. And you see it with children all the time. Oh, well, let that baby just do that. Oh, she's just wearing that. Oh, it's okay. Like, why are you so mean? Why are you so strict? Why are you so? But men, when it comes to us men, we like, nah, she not wearing that. Nah, they're not eating that. No, they're not going there. No, that's not going to happen. But the women, if you put the women in charge and let the women be in charge, they're like, oh, it's all right. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that. Why are you being so strict? Why are you being so? So as long as they keep our women in the front, as long as they keep us beholden to our women, we can rise no higher than our women.
That is facts. That is absolute facts.
This to me it's just a real selfish way of thinking, to think that if I'm not happy, then you're not happy, the kid's not happy, the dog not happy. So I wouldn't agree that that is a good statement to put out to the world. And I would say this is why a lot of people in my generation do not believe in marriage anymore. Is because when you say happy wife, happy life, and then you correlate that to what women say make them happy now, it's an impossible task. And that what makes people want to question should they even get into it in the first place. And a lot of times what makes women happy comes from the sacrifice of the man, comes to the detriment of the man a lot of times. We see this a lot of times with women say, you work too much. But then when you stop working and spend time with them, then is we need more money. So it's a you can't win for losing situation. So I definitely don't believe in a happy wife, happy life situation. I believe in happy spouse, happy house. If y'all both happy, then well, really not even that, because we not even with the happiness thing at all.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you had me till then. I was about to say nope.
Listen,
You had me till then, JT. You had me till then.
To the
when I
next
thought
question.
about it, not even
We'll
that.
chop it up. Yeah.
Well, let me say something on this nonsense with the happy wife, happy life thing. First of all, when it comes to women and their happiness, it's like a crackhead that hit that first rock and then they chasing the dragon the rest of their life. Okay? That first gift they ever bought, the first trip they ever took, the first little bit of cash you ever put in their hand, you know, like you say, give them an instant, take them out. You take them over here 1 year, next year, I want to go to Jamaica. And you take them to France and say, well, shit, next year, I want to go to the moon, baby. I just take me. If you take them to the moon, they going to say, you don't think we could go to Mars? I mean, you think we can fit it in? So it's like chasing the dragon, man. And it's hard, bro. It's hard because I thought I could do it, man. I thought that doing, moving and grooving and doing this and doing that and doing that, and you turn back around, you still got that frown on your face. Like, what the fuck is you frowning about? What the fuck do you have to be mad about? Well, I didn't like the way you said that. God damn.
My brother, listen, my brother, listen, my brother and Jermaine Dupri said it best. My brother said in one of his rhymes, but I'm still coming home to a lady with a frown face. I guess the tag of success is a high price, but I'm proactive. You know what I'm saying? I guess the tag of success is a high price. Because at the same time, you move, and JD said in one of his rhymes, yo, I bought her the Jag, but she wanted the Benz. She mad because I bought her the Jag, but she wanted the Benz. Like, and, yo.
And
like you
like
said,
I said, and then like I said, I'm gonna write a book, and one of the names of the chapter is gonna be Tears in Her Lamb Chops.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Rick. Yeah, so I mean, the point is, I mean, I think we made it, but listen, all I would say is that guys still gonna want to get married, regardless of all the things that we say are a detriment to a good, a good, successful marriage. So, but what I think is that a discussion on what happiness means to your prospective lady is in order. No, I'm not, and it has to be strategic because you really want her to tell you the truth. If you have a woman, I don't know what kind of question would you phrase it. What does happiness mean to you? How important is it to you? And if she starts going on a diatribe that it means everything, my marriage, I have to do this. You have to reconsider whether this is the right woman with the right frame of mind for you, because she's telling you who she is, right? So so there's certain kind of strategic things you have to be able to talk to your woman about to get the answers you want. And it has to be kind of natural. So I think men have to be more strategic when they're looking for mates now. For example, I mean, how many men really talk to their wives about her sexual biorhythm and is it compatible with yours? If more men vetted their women about how the sex is going to be, maybe we wouldn't have as many sexless marriages because you would make a choice that you might not marry.
Mr. Payne, what's biorhythm?
Man, he just
What does that
introducing
mean?
words.
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
message.
you can't just throw that out willy nilly and don't explain it. Like, what's the sexual biorhythm mean, sir? What do you mean by that? I thought I knew everything, and you just taught me something. So, what is a bisexual biorhythm?
Hey, you know what though?
Wait, hold on, Keith. Let us explain it real quick. Wait, let me explain it real quick.
Let
him explain the sexual biorhythm.
Go ahead. Go with the biorhythm.
Okay, essentially, it's how much sex does she like? Does she really like sex or not? Her biorhythm. Can she handle three times a week, 5 times a week? Is she more sexually active than you? Because the second part of that is how compatible is her biorhythm with yours?
Oh yeah, we had that conversation. We just didn't know the biorhythm word. Okay, we're good. I've been doing that.
Look,
Okay,
this is what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I think that also with the happiness with the women thing, by women have they're coddled their whole life, whatever, they spoiled their whole life. I think the problem is also is they never experience any adversity. Like any real adversity, like men, like what I'm saying, like for me, so I've been locked, whatever. But it's because of those experiences that when I wake up, I'm thankful about the sun shining on me. I'm thinking about the grass. I'm thankful I got a fridge. I'm thankful I could put on my own clothes. I'm thankful for all of these things, just baseline. So baseline, what I'm saying, after I hit my J, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I leave out happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much happy until I talk to her and she's something wrong with her ass. That's what fuck up my goddamn happiness.
And can I add on to that too? Trigger Mike? I just want to add this thought that's what's wrong. And me and my pops, shout out to my pops. Me and my pops are having this conversation this morning. And that's what adds on to a lot of these younger black men. A lot of the younger black men that were raised by single mothers, but not only raised by single mothers, but had a lot of women around and did not have that male testosterone around or that male example. A lot of them have done everything in their power to avoid conflict and avoid trials and tribulations. And because of that, it's made them softer and it's made them, but also it's made them not be able to appreciate or withstand when trials and tribulations come their way. So when things get difficult, when things get a little hectic, they respond. Their response is like a woman would respond instead of like a man would respond. And because of that, most women, when conflict comes their way, they want to go. They don't want to deal with it. And that's the response that a lot of these young men are having. Too.
Let me add on that. It's not that they don't want to respond. Somebody's always helping them out. They also, just people bailing them out, right? Let me tell you, I don't want to diverse, but I think there's the rise in men who want to be, gay and female-like. I think it's because they're running away from the responsibilities of being a man. I really think that a lot of these guys are running away from the responsibility of being a man. It's just not easy to be a man.
It's not easy.
The easy route out. And the bounce off what you said, Israel. What I was about to say, damn. Oh yeah. So with the women being happy, and you were mentioning the sons being around nothing but women. I think a lot to do with that is seeing that their mother was never happy. And so they want to do anything to please a woman. And now they want women that are like their mother, that do everything for them. And in return, if they do end up being successful or they do break out of it, they still have that mental aspect of, well, my job is to make the woman happy because nobody made my mother happy. I saw how down she was. So now I have to do anything to get her there. And then I think a lot of men will actually indoctrinate themselves into that mindset and not even knowing it by saying something like, well, I'm happy as long as my wife happy. We hear men say all the time. Really,
and happy wife, happy life, no doubt. You're right, yo. Bars
in a different saying.
All right,
but of course, I just want to piggyback on what JC said. But of course, they're gonna feel that way because everything that they do, they thinking that with them doing this, that their wife is going to be fucking happy or pleased or whatever with them. So when they turn around and they realize, like I said, she got a frown on her face, it's kind of discouraging as a man. Like, God damn, like, well, what the fuck I gotta do to
Nothing.
keep
There's
you
nothing you
goddamn
can
pleasant?
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it. Just go in the other room and chill and let her come around. It's gonna be all right. There's nothing you can do.
And then men will feel like a failure because they can't make her happy. And a lot of the times, the woman herself, she don't even know what make her happy, and that's
because there's nothing. It's no such thing. It's nothing.
So, Power Up. You said JT said, you know, happy spouse, happy house. That is literally what we have to do. We got to get back to the business of being blunt as men. You cannot give a woman any opportunity to think that she's going to be prioritized or focused on in a relationship. As bad as it sounds, that's the reason they want control of this narrative. They want control of the narrative out of fear that they won't get what they want. But throughout history, everything we have created was for them. Everything that ever been created was for them. So they're being greedy, and we're seeing it as them standing up for themselves when everything that has ever been created was for their provision. We hold umbrellas that we can't fit under, so the children and the wife don't get wet. But they don't notice that anymore. They don't appreciate those things. So it is no longer happy wife, happy life. It's not even happy spouse, happy house. It is happy king, happy kingdom. When I said that those women, call those women up that are 35 years old plus, call them up and say, who do you want? They want the woman that prioritizes her man. I keep telling y'all, look at these women pages. It's called a timeline. Every woman that's still single that was talking this shit in their 20s, that was taking all these pictures of their vacations, turning around, showing their ass in all these pictures. Now you see less ass and more skillets.
They playing
every night. They want to show you what they cook for dinner.
Chameleon.
Now all of a sudden they all some fucking chefs.
Chameleons,
bro. They like, oh snap. I want to be of service now. I want some help now. Oh, I want to be a wife to a man now. They want to be that woman who did it, who's been doing it for 10, 15 years, who kids almost out the crib now, and she get to relax, right? They want to be that woman. She got it all. She got the kids. She got the husband. Her house is bigger than yours. Her perfume smell better than yours. Her hair get cut better than you. You know what I mean? Like, you actually realize it was a great game and they failed. They played the game of selfishness and happiness rather than service and fulfillment, and they lost.
Like Vincent said, now I'm ready. I'm ready now.
Yeah.
That wall come quick and hard.
Oh, they smacked the hell out of that wall. Let me get these super chats going before we get to the next question. Tia Marie, $5 says, would love to hear you gentlemen's thoughts on Jay-Z apologizing and uplifting Beyonce on his 444 album and TV interviews after her Lemonade album. I'm gonna go first because I know some of y'all want to get in on this too. He shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have done it. See, this is actually a perfect question. Thank you for asking it, Tia Marie. People assume automatically that what he did was noble and right. I would have laid into my wife for putting our fucking business out there in the first place. Only women think that you're supposed to be out here sharing this business with the world. That is your freaking problem. Don't share our family business. When other people air someone's dirty laundry, what do? We get upset, right? It is no better when you air your own dirty laundry and try to make it poetic. That was some bullshit. She should have never have done that. Now she's essentially making women think that when something happens to you in your marriage, you need to express it through song. You can, as long as you maintain, I just said this, maintain anonymity in your home. Even if you want to sing about it, make sure nobody knows it's him you're talking about. That is what men do. Because I keep telling y'all, it has been reported that women cheat more than men. That means married men get cheated on, and stay. Do you know how they're able to do that? Don't nobody know. They're going to deal with that shit by themselves. Nobody knows. I found out my homeboy of 15 years who got divorced 5 years ago. She cheated on him like 4 times. He never said a word because he didn't want to do that to his girls. I was like, what? Now that he's about to get married again, he finally let that out. I was like, what happened? Yeah, bro.
He didn't do that for her. He did that for himself.
He did that for the kids. Oh, absolutely. Hey, he did that for the kids, but maintain perceived dominance over your home at all times. If your wife the one out here telling the tales, is wrong. So it's wrong for him to even sit there and apologize. So I don't owe the world an explanation or an apology. I owe my family an explanation and apology. That's where women got it.
You know, part of the problem of fame, or part of the problem, and why I never wanted to do this YouTube shit or no other shit like this. Part of the problem of fame, and part of the problem of like having to do something that requires you to get likes or people to like you or people to tune into you, is that public perception becomes reality, right? And so when Solange did what she did in the elevator, and that happened, and everybody was speculating, and they was closed lip about it. She never said anything about it. She was receiving a lot of backlash and a lot of attacks from other women who were speculating on her situation. And then her response to all of that was the lemonade. So, hey, I agree with you, Trigger Mike, in a lot of ways. At the same time, on a practical sense of it and looking at it from a humanity standpoint, it's a challenging place to be, because at the end of the day, she has her own brand too that had nothing to do with Jay-Z before Jay-Z, right? And so she's let me just finish my point.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just shaking my head.
No, I was talking to Trigger Mike. We got to be honest, right? She has people, endorsement people that she reports to. She has radio album obligations that she reports to. She has fans and all of the like that she has to report to. So it's not just like she's just a wife by herself and she's reporting to her husband. And no, but she has a lot of people that she has to submit herself to and report to because of the career choice that she chose. So it's got to be a very difficult situation overall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me
Humble, come on cam real quick. Humble, come on cam real quick.
Let me piggyback off of that, Israel, too. I was going to agree with you. You said it really good. Just like I couldn't really say how I felt about what JR did by going to that chick's channel, because I don't have the frame of reference and the business he has and what kind of decision he had to make to go over there. Yeah, you know, my little stupid channel. Beyonce has that whole beehive, and it's huge. It's a huge impact, and they knew something got out that Jay-Z might have cheated. The real truth is that she had got that off her chest, and she forgave him. And in return, he did what he did. And I think it would have been much more messy if they would have broke up.
Well,
so sometimes, sometimes leadership also has to include when you need to concede a little bit too. It can't just be you step on somebody and just that's it. I mean, she's a human being. I mean,
no.
I'm not trying to sound like this simp guy, but
no. I understand. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Remember, I said the anonymity in your relationship. This is the weirdest shit the celebrities do, and then people think they want to bring it over into everybody else's business. Because what Cardi B and freaking Offset did the same thing. Your business is your business. You absolutely need to go on an apology tour for your wife and for embarrassing her like that and all of that stuff that men will do, right? Because here's the thing, Israel, to your point about the elevator thing. Do you not realize that the narrative dies when nobody feeds it? It died.
Well,
nobody.
That's not true. I disagree with you on Trigger Mike. I disagree with you on that one.
There are so many things that happen, and we speculate because you use the word speculation. Until we confirm it, it is just literally stories on stories on stories, and nobody knows the real one till you give
right. It. But it didn't. The problem, real quick, JT, and I know you was trying to go. Real quick. The problem was it didn't die. It just kept growing and growing and became a legend onto itself. Right, because of the fact of who it was, where it was Jay-Z and it was Beyonce, and then Solange did so it just became its own animal and its own legend unto itself.
You know what it is? You know what it is, though? You know what it is? Women think their power is an expression, but it's actually an anonymity. Have you not noticed that they actually notice? They will keep everything to the grave. They will keep the fact that they slept with another man and they have another man raising that baby. They'll keep that to themselves. They only admire anonymity when it has to do with their secrets, but they want to humiliate men. That's why I say, as a man, don't tolerate that shit in your house.
Let me ask you a question, Mike. Did Jay-Z really get humiliated with Lemonade? Did he really
I think the apology was humiliation. In fact, The apology was humiliation.
The apology was
apologized, when he did an interview with his legs crossed, talk about, I apologize. It was me doing it. Things happen, and that's how she decided to express herself.
And then he became a
that was the equivalent of him doing what Will Smith did with the situation.
I kind of
I can't say Jay-Z is Will Smith, but go ahead. JT wanted to get in here. I'm not going to hold him.
This is what I'll say about that situation. These are the same women that we hear say, why you embarrass me like that? The same women that say that are the ones that embarrass themselves, because nobody knew what happened until you told it. So how you gonna tell your own business and then turn around and look at the man and say you embarrassed me? Nobody really knew what went on until she said it. And that goes to the local everyday guy, a man.
It was Solange's fault, though. It was Solange's fault.
She outed everything, man. She said, "I'm taking it out of Beyonce's hands." She went wild on my man.
We wilding. Okay. Women know how to keep secrets.
I know, but it was Solange's fault because everybody was like, "What the hell? Why is she beating on Jay-Z? What the fuck is that about?"
And we don't know.
But everybody was saying Jay-Z's getting his ass kicked.
It was a problem for bad luck.
But here's the funny part.
I think that went on for like 2 years before she
nobody.
Right?
Yes, that happened. But you already know too. Isn't Solange like bipolar? All these people in the
definitely got some issues.
She's like clinically depressed. She's clinically depressed. Somebody tell me, because we got a lot of their fans. Like all these women are their fans. Tell me in the chat.
If
she has mental issues.
If Beyonce would have kept it classy and act like it didn't faze her and it didn't matter her, then it would have turned around and looked crazy on Solange's part, because they stayed together either way. Beyonce stayed with Jay-Z regardless. So if she act like that wasn't nothing to her, she ain't worried about her man leaving, then it makes the person who's acting crazy.
But let me ask you a question, right? What if, and this probably happened too. What if she had some kind of record obligation where she had to come to and make a record, right? And then all that she could think about was all of this shit that was going on. And she was like, yo, my only therapy, the only way I could get is write these songs and get it all out.
Well, I think celebrities often try to monetize everything that they do, and it ends up being overkill. Like they monetize too much.
Yo, can I say this? Real quick? Hey, yo, Trigger Mike, and you might have faced this too so far, right? I'm a new YouTuber, right? I'm a new dude, new to YouTube, and I just started streaming. But do you know how many calls I've got so far from family members and people that know me and people that love me? Like, man, why'd you say that? Why you say this? Man, why you say that? Why you say this? I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you embarrassed me. I'm like, yo, I ain't saying no names. They don't know who you are, man. What are you talking about? It's like, why you say so? Yo, it's crazy because, and I had to tell my people, like, yo, you cannot. I'm not gonna say your name. You cannot take it personal. You know what I'm saying? You have got to just chill, because this is my life at the end of the day, right? And in order for me to be on a public platform, I got to have a certain level of being able to tell my story. And I'm sorry that my story involves some of you and what you did. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
A hit dog hollering. So they, just because you didn't say anything about them, all they heard was their name when you said it.
I never said their name though.
Ability though for them to feel comfortable with what you saying or not, that's just their guilty conscience.
Right. Has that happened to you too, Trigger Mike, where your friends or family or people, loved ones, hit you up and was like, why you say that, Trigger? Why you say that like that? Why you telling that?
I was gonna say it's not family because they sound like me. You seen Martin up here yesterday. Africans sound like this. This is the way of life. My daddy's worse than me. There's nothing I could say that would match the flames that be spitting out that dude's mouth. But Facebook friends. So the funny thing, I told you I went to an HBCU. All of these liberal ass women that are on Facebook, all of them hate me now. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. I can't believe this is not the Mike that I know. Forget all y'all. Y'all probably in the chat right now. Because the funny thing is that they want the medicine to taste good, but they know they need it. I guarantee you, at least 20 of the women that I went to school with that loved the time when I was a simp. I say that all the time. You cannot go to college these days as a man and not be indoctrinated to the liberal progressive agenda about women. and radical feminism. Everything is about women's empowerment. We should be doing. They got you holding picket signs for women's event, like that type of shit. So I snapped out of that simply because of my upbringing. Eventually, I had to be like, this is not conducive to family, to building a family. This is not conducive to functional relationships. Yeah, and I had to do away with it. But most men aren't so lucky. So yeah, I experienced that from friends, from college. Absolutely, 100%.
And that's the indoctrination.
No, SG, no Trigger Mike should not have his wife come on the panel. Like some men, like I don't want my wife or my girl
let me
coming
give y'all
on
my
panels.
policy on that.
Hell
let me give y'all my policy on that. My wife tried to sign us up for the Black Love Show. Y'all remember that show on the OWN network?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow. Couples? Really? Wow.
So let me tell you. So the first time she said it, I said, "What is Black Love?" I fell in love with the show. Actually, I loved it. I just love that type of stuff anyway. Right. And for real, I might be one of the only black men that will admit that they watch romantic comedy. Y'all niggas be capping. Y'all love them shits too. Anyway, so I like watching stuff like that. I like listening to people's stories. My whole family's married, right? But the one thing I did notice, young couples are doomed on that shit because your wife, it's not you. Have you ever been watching that and the dude or the woman is talking and she's oversharing shit? And the husband is doing this. This is like he got his arm around it and he just look at her head like, the fuck you say that for? We didn't practice that. All those wives be doing that shit on that show. Hell no. It's like now that you in front of a camera, you getting a little excited. You got too much dopamine going through your body, and you say some shit that just literally cut my nuts off. I ain't never do. I'm not allowing that to happen to me.
But that's like Tyrese and his girlfriend.
Yep, exactly. She would never. You probably turn that camera off. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I would have cut it right then.
You see what I'm saying? Tyrese, exactly.
Do they have like a show or something?
I would
100%
believe. I would 100% believe she never said that. If he said she never said no stuff like that before, I would 100% believe it. Because it's literally when you put a camera in front of their face, they just lose all feeling. Like what was that movie? Talladega Nights, where he's like, I don't know what to do with my hand. That's women. Right. That's women.
And it's not like it's no trust in your wife, but at the same time, some people just don't like exposing their loved ones to the pressure and to the thing of celebrity or being seen like
no
that.
Trust in your wife. I'm not falling for this shit.
That's not.
I'm smarter than you.
Yeah,
okay. Let me tell you something. She should know her role and act accordingly. It is not trust or no trust in my wife. It is my trust in nature. Nature always wins. To know this is what we're doing in this space anyway, to teach men about the nature of women. If you know the nature of women, you will not make this move. Right. Unless your wife is trained, and I mean a journalist, and is always in front of the camera, then you know not to make this move. Or unless, let's say, that's why I said young couples. Remember, younger couples or younger women. There are women who, unless you have that woman that does this on that knee on top of both her kneecap, and she don't talk and she'll look at you before she talk. Unless you got a woman like that, don't do it, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna ruin your marriage and relationship.
Hell yeah. Like you gonna be heated. Like, what the fuck you say that for? Like you bringing that shit up a year later. Like
I can't believe you said that in front of these people. Don't you know my mama watching?
God damn it. If you understand the nature of women, you're not doing that, bro. Let me get this last super chat. All right, Embrace the Grace, $10. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it. Let's take it up a notch. Happy King, happy kingdom. That's what I'm talking about. All right, that actually brings us to the next question. We're going to start with King Spark on this one. Let me drop this super chat down. The next question is, should men be the centerpiece of the marriage? You know what I mean by that? Like quarterback. But should men be the centerpiece, the focal point of the marriage? Because right now, in today's society, women are either the centerpiece or they think they are. So should men be the centerpiece of a marriage? King Spark,
in a way I say yeah, in a way I said no. You know, because sometimes I feel like men should be like ownership, like the coach, like a little back step off, like the backbone of the marriage and everything that's going on, evaluating everything that's going on. And you know, it seems like it's almost natural for your lady to be out front, driving the car, shopping, doing all that shit, and you somewhere trying to make sure all this shit happen. Make sure y'all still successful while she out front doing everything. I don't think I don't think men want the like. I like not men that are with women. Like single men, they gonna do their thing. They gonna want that light. But I don't think. I think men take a back seat to that in a marriage. That's my opinion.
All right. Humble. Oh, my man Humble hasn't said anything. What you got on it?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Trigger, if my mic go bad, please just let me know, okay?
Yeah, I
Because
adjusted your
I'm
volume.
driving.
Your feedback isn't that bad no more. I adjusted it. Go ahead.
Okay. On this topic, I love everything you said. You can't. There's nothing like happy wife, happy life. No, no. There's nothing like that. You don't. To me, in my world, you don't exist. You don't exist in my own world. For me, when I got married, I asked my wife this. I said, "What is the duty of a wife?" I asked her the question. So, what is the duty of a wife? And she told me, take care of you, be there for you, and all that stuff. I asked her again, "Do you know my job?" I said, "I'll be there for you, like to make your life easy." I said, "To make your life easy." I said, "I'll be there for you. I'll protect you, provide for you. I'll go out there, work for you. I'll work for my kids. So when I need anything from you, I'll make life easy for you. So when I need anything from you, you're not going to give me no excuse. Or you're not going to tell me, man, I'm busy. I don't want to do this. I have a headache." No. You're going to do it immediately. Marriage is a good thing. Marriage is a very, very good thing. But so many people don't know. But I'll say this to the guys. A wife is hard to find. If you get one, you keep it. Do not think of divorce. If you get a wife, you can get a woman anywhere. But if you get a wife, keep her, because she's going to make your life easy. It's written in the Bible. God said a wife is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You're going to benefit way more. You're going to benefit way more because she's going to make your life easy. She's not going to make your life hard.
I got a question for you. It made
Yeah.
me think of something. What's the difference between a wife and a good woman?
Difference.
A
Should be
wife
none.
is a wife
Like, you
is
know
a
what I'm saying?
good.
Like, what's the difference between somebody you could consider? Is it no difference? Or is every woman that's a good woman? Does that mean
No,
she's
no,
automatically a
a,
wife? Or is there a
no.
difference between a wife and just a good woman?
A wife is a good thing. A wife is a good woman.
Okay, I got a question. What makes a wife?
A wife is a nurturer, someone who's going to be there for you, someone who's going to take care of you, someone who's going to pay attention to you, who's going to uplift you, who's going to be there like when you're down, even when you're trying to refill. Sometimes we men, we not all the time, we don't have it all the time. Sometimes we're weak. We need someone who's going to be at your back to help you when you want to refill. You need someone who's going to be there to I don't know the right word to use, but to
Who's
be
gonna
like a
support you?
backbone
Who's
to
gonna
support
support you?
you,
Yeah,
your support system,
and have
not to
your
bring
back.
you down, not to cuss you out in public, not to
Hey, humble.
downgrade you.
Humble. Can you hear me? Let me
Yes,
let
sir.
me kind of answer this for you, King Spark. Right? Let's just say all else is equal: a good wife and a good woman. Right? The difference is the good wife publicly lets everybody know that she's yours. A good woman doesn't necessarily have to let anybody know but you. Everything else could be equal. It's just like the secular and non-secular corollary to the same kind of thing. Right? So you could have a good woman that could do all the stuff that a good wife can do for you, except that it's not public and it's not on record. Right? So, if we want to break it down to brass tacks. So, but there's still some things you have to do for your good woman that being a wife automatically gives the woman. right? Because if she's your good woman and she's with you, you know, what access does she have to your will, your beneficiaries, you know, and all those kind of things that a marriage certificate and a legal marriage gives you, she doesn't have. That's what happened to DMX's good woman. You know, she got left in the shitter. You know, so the point is, it depends on how you want to just play it. So I don't want to, because it's like a distinction without a difference, other than a wife makes it public and on record that she's your good woman, and she tells the world that. That's how I look at
it. So you're saying what separates a wife from a good woman?
If they're both good.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm saying like also in the context of could you meet a good woman? Could you marry a good woman, but that shouldn't have been your wife?
Can you explain? Explain that. Explain
what does
more.
that mean?
You see what I'm saying?
Explain more.
But what does that mean?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, could you be? I'm asking if it's possible for you to be in a situation with a good woman, but for whatever reason, that woman is not supposed to be your wife.
You know what? You know what it is? You know what? A good woman is not a wife. A good woman is not a wife by default, simply because a good woman can choose to not do the role of wife and not do it well. And then that's actually what we see in present day. The second, you know, if their mindset isn't right, because what we can actually see, it's not just single moms, it's not women raised in the home with a single mother. It's actually women out here tripping that were raised by two parents that were married and all of that. There are women doing that. So even though they were given all of the bread, all of the knowledge of what a good woman and a good wife is supposed to be, the second they decide that they don't want to do the service of the role of wife,
so even though
they were raised.
So Mike, then how is she good then?
She can be
might be a good person.
She changed her mind. No, I said a good woman. A good woman. She could be one, but she cannot be a wife if she turns away from that role. And it's a conscious decision to abscond from her mindset.
Can I add something? Go ahead, JT.
But she could be a good woman, but she's not financially stable. You give her the money to pay the bills, she go buy a purse or something. But she nurtures you, she takes care of you, she nurtures the kids, she's all there. It's a lot of things.
You know what? I do have an answer for this. I do have a answer.
Can I
hold on, let me get this one off. Have you ever seen? Okay, Tia Marie says Sierra. Yeah, exactly. A woman that may even execute the role of wife. She'll take care of her kids. I'm sorry. She'll take care of her kids. She'll clean the house. She'll do everything, but she's not warm to you. She doesn't want to have sex with you. She doesn't do all of that type of stuff. Well, we can go on. She's doing all the roles of woman.
No, she ain't giving you no bun. She ain't no good woman. Get out of here.
Wait.
You in public.
Wait, hold on, real quick before we go too far down this road. Can I offer something on the topic that may not be that popular?
Go ahead.
In this day and age, God should be the centerpiece of the marriage. It shouldn't be the man and it shouldn't be the woman. God should be the centerpiece of the marriage. Well done, because if you make hold on, let me just complete my thought. If you make God the centerpiece of the marriage, then it balances out the faults and the flaws of the husband and of the wife. And then you don't have to really worry about, you know what I'm saying, someone being more important than other. Because the truth is, men and women, men have their importance, women have their importance. The only thing is, the man is supposed to be the leader, the head. It's supposed to be God, then man, then women, then children. And that's the structure of things. But God is always supposed to be the centerpiece of your marriage.
True.
Well done.
True.
That's what they say, unless you're agnostic.
Yeah,
you know what?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Let me go.
Because what that means.
That was the what do you call it? That was the little moment. Right. Exactly. It's a trick question. But remember, I said in the monologue that your purpose to God, you're serving your purpose to God or an ideal. Now, even when you come up here, Mr. Rich, even though you said you're agnostic, you speak.
I didn't say I am. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm saying you try to give a more secular point of view because you know everybody doesn't believe in God. And even when we talk without God at the center, something is at the center of what we're saying, and it's usually an ideal. And no matter how we try to change it, that ideal is usually God. It's like centric. It's centric to the same ideals. So that's what I'm saying. So it's either God or it's an ideal, and everybody either adheres to the ideal or fights it. Because King Spark, you know, when you come in, you like, I mean, I can have two women if I want to smash other women. If I would, you going against the ideal. You see what I'm saying? You going against it.
But here's the thing with the God thing for me on person. I don't want to get too deep into the God belief thing, okay? But for me in my life, I really seen my success when I removed God from my life. When I removed God from my life in the sense of that I wasn't looking for nobody to help me. I wasn't looking for oh, I should get it because I'm a good person, or I should have got this job, or I went to the league, tried out for the NFL, and I ain't have a good tryout. And I'm just like, God, now you know I really wanted this. And really on my way back from Chicago from trying out, I think it was like 2013, I was like, you know what?
Hey,
The
yo,
reason I
Tavares,
ain't
can you
having,
mute real quick, Tavares, real quick? Because I think
I
it's a
was
lot.
like,
It's either Tavares or it's either JT. Yo, can y'all mute real quick? Go ahead, King Spark. And now I want to go after King Spark to answer him.
it came down to me. I looked at it like, man, the reason you didn't have a good tryout is because you didn't train hard enough. It had nothing to do with God. It had to do with you. So once I put that behind me and I looked in the mirror and was like, yo, either you gonna make it or you ain't gonna make it, I started to get shit done. And
can I say this?
that was just my personal situation. So when people start with the
God
go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to clarify. Yo, OG Lee, what's up? What's up, family? Hey, listen, I still got the money background, but you know, you got to evolve. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of different backgrounds I might use, but I still got the money background. But yo, to answer you, King Spark, having God at the center is not necessarily making God responsible for your decisions and this. And I was having a conversation with someone else last night, right? And the thing is this: we as humans, we tend to be asleep at the wheel of life, right? We tend to just go and cruise and be on cruise control in life. And if we are in cruise control in life and asleep at the wheel of life, life will just take us in whatever direction it wants to take us. But that's not the way that life is supposed to be lived. The way that life is supposed to be lived is you are the captain of your fate. You are the master of your soul. You are the person that's supposed to be able to traject or place the trajectory of your life and be going in that direction. And you're supposed to be making adjustments along the way, and little adjustments along the way, and little adjustments along the way. Like it says, success is not a destination. Success, and it's a journey. So you're still meandering through, and you're going to meander through, and you're going to be making little adjustments here, little adjustments there along the way, all the way through this life. Does that mean that God is not present? No, God is always present. God is always with us. At the same time, it's our responsibility. It's on us to make things happen. Now, does God give us grace? Does God give us mercy? Does God help us in our efforts? Absolutely. But we're never supposed to sit down and pray and look to this mysterious, mystical God of the sky to come down off of his throne and do stuff for us. No, that's not how it is. As human beings, it's our position and our as little gods, little G's, right, of our own universe, of our own lives, to be able to do what we need to do, be effective, and then pray to God for grace and mercy, and pray to God to allow us to lead us, guide us, and direct us. So, yes, you are supposed to pray. No, you're not supposed to stop and wait for God to just pour down these miracles. You're supposed to be doing all you can, all that you're supposed to do, because the best help is at the end of your own wrist, and going to get it. And then the parts that you can't control, the parts that you don't have no control over, you pray for the grace, mercy, guidance, and leadership of God to be able to guide you and lead you and usher you in through those other parts. Y'all smelling what I'm telling?
Yeah.
Y'all following?
Let me give a follow up on what you just said. Now, I like what you just said. You just you explained it pretty good. But I also want to say this to King Spark. I also, you also brought up a good question. Every prayer and every hard work you've done, whoever you've been in the circle right now, God sent them those people to you. He sent them to you. He made it possible for you to be in that circle. He made it possible for you to stay alive today, to be having this conversation with Trigger Mike. He made it possible for me to be listening to you. He made it possible for you to be listening to Miles, Power Up and Pain and me. So God is there. He's watching. But the funny thing is, he's not going to do it when you want him to do it. He's not going to do it when you want him to do it. He's going to do it at the right time when it's best fit for you. Not when you want him to do it. It's just like it does the same thing in the marriage too. If you're going to be in a marriage, you have to be patient. If you're going to be a leader, you have to be patient. If you're going to be a husband, you'll be patient. If you're going to be a wife, you'll be patient. Happiness, and I will tell you this, Trigger Mike, let me tell you this story about me. Everything you said, I have simped before. No lie. When I was a simp, I was listening to Steve Harvey.
Oh, he's the worst. He is the worst. Steve Harvey is the worst.
I was
the king of
listening
comedy,
to
my
him
ass. He the king of
before
simps.
Before
The king
I
of
got
some
married,
bullshit.
he said your wife have to be, you have to do all this stuff. You have to put your wife on this pinnacle. You have to buy diamonds and all this stuff. I was like, Lord Jesus Christ. I did all this stuff. Guess where he landed me?
Divorce probably or close to it.
No, bank account empty. I was like, man, what happened?
Wait, was your wife humble? Was your wife happy after you did all that?
She was, you know what? She was extremely happy.
For how long?
She was happy until he
For how
dawned on
long?
her that the lifestyle she was living, she's not going to live that lifestyle for a while. I was like,
Okay, so that wasn't that long then. Okay.
I said, what is going on here? Happy wife, happy life pushed me back. Happy wife, happy life pushed me back in my business and so many stuff. So I had to sit. I admit my own fault that I went to go listen to what Steve Harvey was saying. That was my fault. I put the blame on me. I didn't put the blame on Steve. He already made money out of it. But I lost. So when I got myself back, I told my wife, listen, nobody's going to do this stuff no more. It's either you listen to me or you're out of the door. It's as simple as that. You listen to what I have to say
highway,
now.
baby.
And now everything is good, balanced. She got her own house. She have her own car. Anything she wants. I said, you're gonna follow my lead now. No, I'm not doing this happy wife because I lost a whole lot trying to make you happy. And I was not even myself. So for me, as a man, you have to focus on I said this to guys, focus on your purpose. That's the woman. A woman is the last thing God gave to man after creation.
Woo!
Woman
y'all, wait, say it again. Wait, brother, stop, humble. Say that again slow so people in the back can hear you. Because that was a bar right there. And I don't know if a lot of people caught that.
A woman is the last precious gift God gave to man after creation.
After creation.
After
God had already given man dominion over everything.
Yes, after God has given man. A man was worshiping God. He was under God. He was doing his job. He got his own thing going on. He got everything going on before woman came. So, and any man who, if you're a husband, you have to be under God. You have to be on your purpose. You have to be doing your own thing. You have to be walking. Most especially, you have to be walking. Don't go stay under a woman's roof. Don't do that. Don't go and stay. Do that. Don't go stay under a woman's roof. She need to be under your roof.
That's a fact.
See, you know what? Let me just add to that, humble. And I think this is where we are.
He's cooking, Mr. Payne. Why you let the brother cook? He was cooking.
No, go ahead, Mr. Payne. Go ahead, Mr. Payne.
So listen, he made the point, because one of the things, just to ride off of that. See, if we look at, the one square a man cannot concede is his leadership over his Right. I think everything else is negotiable. And I think that's where we have our issues at, right? Right. Because even when you in this modern era when men need their women to help pay the bills and all that kind of stuff, and who has more money and blah, 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 and we get it all mixed up and who the gender roles. I said, even if all the rest of that shit is negotiable, the one thing that's not negotiable is whether you lead your household. Right? If you had to stand on any square, that's the square you have to stand on. Or else you got to find a woman who understands that, and you can't have the one that you have if she doesn't. That's all I'm. That's the one thing I say. I mean, it kind of goes with what he's saying. I mean, we're at this constant challenge. If God gave us a woman and she's our last good gift, how well are we handling that gift in the modern era? You know, why do we have so much turmoil with that particular gift? Let's just build on that.
It was turmoil from the it was turmoil from the wait. The truth is, it was turmoil from the very beginning. It was a challenge from the very, very beginning.
Well, I was gonna say, so there are two things. There
you go.
That gift, and that gift also has free will in addition to man.
Yeah,
and when that woman is, well, if we're going to use biblical terms, when that woman is turned toward the man who is turned toward God, the order and the serenity happens that way. When that woman that gift finally realized they do have free will and turned away from God and into whatever she believes is her own purpose, which is actually her destruction. That's where we have the turmoil today.
That's
because the one thing that I see now, and the one thing we have to stop doing, actually, I've tried to do this scientifically. I try to break it down. Are men responsible for the behavior of women? And we're not, simply because women decided to make decisions outside of the influence of men. Because when you look at it, right? When you look at it, it's like women told us, all these men ain't taking care of their kids. When we were simps, we used to echo that. Then you look at the age of 30, over half of men don't even have kids, but they're choosing to procreate with the same Negroes and talk about those dudes as if it's all of us, right? So
Mike,
they create problems for themselves. Yeah, go ahead.
You can't give men a pass on that. I mean,
no,
there will be some women.
Men never get.
Let me just finish this.
Go ahead.
Let me just finish, because women. We've made it easy for women to turn away from men, because we stopped standing on our square. We made it easy. We started making concessions. I mean, the West, if nothing else, the West has shown you how much men have made concessions. And I'm gonna just land it here. We got multi-billion-dollar corporations willing to sacrifice the money from Gen X's and millennials for that Delvin Devaney kind of guy. We see Marvel, right, switching from what they used to give us to this woman-centric horseshit they have now. And they're still losing billions of dollars just to change from a man-centric world to this freakish kind of thing we have now. You know,
but you know why? You know why though?
Money.
Yes, it's money. It's money, right? It's money, and that's really the root of it. And but they realize what they realize is, number one, women are way more consumerism, right? Number two, by the woman being the woman, and Fatty said this, and I think I heard Trigger Mike said that, and maybe Aaron O in different variations, but by the woman being attractive to the man, she not only has access to her own money as a single woman, as a single mother, but she also has access to the man's money too.
Right.
So it's both monies, and then they get you in the court system, which is all money, on the marriage and on the divorce, more so on the divorce. Then they get you on the child support and the alimony. So it's all tied into each other, and it all revolves around putting the woman as the center, and it permeates out, and it collapses the whole system. But these are not weak, simp men who have implemented this plan. That's what we have to understand. Their wives, their women, the people who are attached to them do not operate this way.
No,
their women don't operate that way.
What we can say is men. So the funny thing is that, like, men, let's say average men, middle class men, they're always the one to get the brunt of the backlash, but they don't have any of the influence. It's always powerful men that will see. It's women using powerful men's proxy. Women don't have any power. If women do not even financially benefit from anything that they do, in the terms of radical feminism, it's a man. It's ultimately a man. Consumer. It's LVMH that profits off of this stuff. It's 20th Century Fox. It's the OWN network, which is owned by a white man. It's BET, which is owned by a white man. They put all of these things out about black women and black power and all this type of stuff for women, female empowerment, and the woman isn't even the sole beneficiary of it, right? Because they're using the power, a proxy power of a powerful man against average men. So average men
to funnel all the men, to funnel all the money back to them and all the power back to them, and to keep the average man confused and at war with his woman and in a state of influx all the time. Because if you are dependent on a woman for your sanity, for your sake, for your anything, you are going to be in a state of influx all the time. You're never going to be able to be stable. That's a fact.
It's just going to backfire on the women too, because the transgenders are trying to.
Let me address. Tia Marie says, "Wait, OWN is owned by a white man." Didn't know that. OWN is owned by Discovery, which is a bunch of different networks, Discovery Channel, and all of that. Man, listen. When I talk, you got to understand that I've researched. This is, I think, black people, especially rich black people's primary problem. When people say we can't build anything, that's because we don't keep anything. We sell everything to them of value. We'll sell it to them for $2 million, even though it's supposed to be valuated at $35 million 5 years later. We sell everything we got.
It's like 4 corporations that own all the networks.
All of them. Yep.
Only 4 of them.
Yeah, it's gonna backfire though, but that's true. That's some real stuff that you spit right there, Trigger Mike.
Yeah. All right. Let me get this question before last question. This is about to be a good one. Y'all heard that Freaknik documentary coming out, right?
Yes, sir. I saw it, seeing some pictures. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, shout out to the Freaknik.
Oh my God.
I used to hear stories about this when I was young. I was like, damn, I want to.
Shout out to the Angry Man. Now, y'all gotta give Angry Man a props. Shout out to the Angry Man. Listen, the Angry Man was the first one to talk about this. Shout out to the Angry Man. What's going on, y'all? How you doing, King Colin? How you doing,
We're going to let the new guys come in. Yeah. All right.
You muted, David.
Yeah, we can't
hear you. All right, we're going to let King Colin get in on it. King Colin, scenario. You are married to a woman that got filmed having a 10-man train, ran on her in the Freaknik documentary. What's your next move?
First of all, I'm laughing. You're divorcing her, right?
I can hear me now?
I'm divorcing her.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I'm divorcing her immediately, man. More than likely, she hid or passed from you, so you'll never understand why or when. I'm out of there.
Listen, I'm gonna see what the answer is. Let me keep going. Who want to go next, man? Who want to go next?
Black David. What's up, Black
Nobody
David?
wants that one. Nobody.
What's the question again? Please ask.
All right. Let me get it. Scenario: you are married to a woman that got filmed having a 10-man train ran on her in the Freaknik documentary. What's your next move?
My next move is go to Nigeria, get the witch doctor, call the village, bring it back over here. We have a council meeting. We find out what to do with her. After that, she had to disappear.
Damn.
For her past? Okay, so listen, I want to answer that. That would never happen to me. That would never happen to me because number one, if she was ran a train on a choo-choo, I would know about it because I'm doing my investigation, I'm vetting. But if it should happen to slip up on me, it might be too late, but it's divorce. I can
check, guy.
Yeah,
I can check, guy. 94. There was no on internet drive where you can upload stuff. People had on cassette tape. It just by happened that everything converted. So as long as you can have that tape hidden and not uploaded to the web, you would never know. Trust me, I know this for example. Don't ask me why.
All right. Who else want to go?
We are very confused by what you just said, but okay, we'll take the word.
I got no clue what you just said.
I don't know what you was talking about, Black David, but I know you did, and so I believe you.
No, I'm just saying. 94. I pay attention to a lot of things that take place in IT realm. So that's how I know what was going on. People who did those things on Freaknik, they're trying to hide their tape to make sure nobody uploaded. could take a prostitute, convert it from cassette tape to digital file. Now, if they couldn't upload it, they were safe until someone would have sold the tape and found a way to upload it. So as long as that tape is stay off the web, you will never know.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
it's on there now.
Look, y'all.
It's
I mean,
it's up.
They
got a whole documentary. It's up.
Let me say, this is going to be big when it gets released. Women are suing.
Yes.
Women are suing.
Yes.
Over this.
Yes.
They're
like
gonna
five women. Like 5 women. I don't know. It's a judge. It's a judge. And shout out again to the angry man. He was the first one I heard drop this story. It's a judge. It's a prominent district attorney and an attorney and
Kamala Harris is in the video. I promise you.
You know she went to HBCU too.
Kamala is in the video. Drop them titties, baby. Drop them titties. She going nuts on the She funding all of this. It's a prominent woman in this documentary. In fact, that's probably why they want to bring it out.
Sugar Mike, you should have never said that. You should have never. Know why I think you should never say that? If she's on the video, just know a lot of African people will look for that footage and blackmail her ass. And say, the next time you come back to this country and speak that not on the podium, I will deal with you personally speaking.
No, okay. Well, let's stop for a second. So you already know that there is a strategy behind all of this. And yes, women do have pasts, even if they are professionals. Nobody's actually shaming that, but we know y'all don't want that to come out. If we being honest, we know if it comes out for a man, that he's gonna get an excuse. If it was Donald Trump, if it was anybody, everybody's gonna be like, he was young, whatever. For women, it's a lot different. That's why these women are going nuts. If you had to take a guess at one prominent woman that is showcased on that video, who would you say it is?
Stacey Abrams.
Ew. Fucking
hey,
ew.
listen, she probably didn't look like that always. You know, she was young
VP.
at one time.
Nah, bro.
VP.
Well, when they look like that, they look like that.
They look like that for a long time. They look like from birth.
It's a judge. It was a judge up there too. It was a judge.
Well, let me put it to you this way: if Kamala Harris was on, I think she's too young for the 94.
No, she ain't.
No, she's not.
Ain't she like in her 40s?
Yeah, she up there.
Yeah, so she would have been just right.
She's in her 50s. She's in her 50s.
Oh, she at 50. Oh, you know she was at Freaknik.
If she was there, it wouldn't come out. It wouldn't even be it would just disappear. If she was on there, so she's not on there. It's got to be somebody else.
You right though. That they'd have showed up at Hulu. Like, look, two things. I'm gonna blow up the studio, or you just.
Hey, Mike, how they suing already?
No, but what I'm saying is,
trying to sue already. Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is, they
coming out.
Who do you think is on there? Who else want to take a guess?
I don't know, but
so many prominent women.
Tiffany Haddish on there.
Nah, they don't care about it. It's someone. These are judges, lawyers, and a politician. That's who it is.
It was through college, so a lot of these people are very successful now.
And I seen some pictures. Listen, hey, Trigger Mike, some of the pictures I seen, bro, I seen like 2-3 pictures. Oh my God. It'd be one chick and like 5 dudes. One of the pictures had a police officer opening up the cootie. At the police car. At the police car, he's opening up the cootie.
I just want to inspect.
It's 94, right? You're referring to 94.
No,
this is about a 5-year, 10-year span.
Oh.
They have to be in their 50s and their 60s. So any prominent person between the 50s and 60s would in Freaknik 94 is concerned about it.
They could have been there.
I'm doing the calculation right now. I'm like, hold on, let me do my math.
They could have been there.
Let me see what kind of offer would it be. So it's judge, lawyer, businessman, lawyer, businessman, board members, councilman.
What if it's the pastor's wife?
Oh,
you know, it's a couple of them too. Oh Lord, you know, it's a couple of them too.
Okay.
Oh, come on, you know, it's a couple of them. Oh, I know you. They used to call you Jawbone. Yeah. It's a couple of them.
It's prominent women on there. They're going nuts.
It's prominent women.
Because if you're somebody who's not visible,
between the 50 and the 60, they put that into perspective.
Visible, you wouldn't care or you wouldn't have knowledge of it.
You said to Ari? Oh, I got it. All right.
Check for the age. Is she between the 50 and 60?
And here's the crazy part about it. If they're gonna go this hard on, if they're gonna go this hard on it, because regular people would find out after it's released. So that means that in order to showcase someone, you had to send them like documents to clear them and say, "Hey, we're gonna showcase someone," and that person was like, "Hell no."
I want to check the edge.
Well,
check
no,
the
they're
age.
not asking for permission to clear them.
Nah, this
No.
shit.
They're not asking for permission. They just
Because how would they know who it is? All the
Public
way.
space. It's all happening in a public space, so that's all.
Yeah,
Public
40s and 50s. Yeah, Allen girl. Yeah,
Between 50 and 60.
Man,
Check
I
the
don't
age.
give a
40s and 50s.
I don't give a
No,
damn. Oprah
50
Winfrey on
to
there
60.
throwing ass.
50 to 60.
No. Wait, hold on. 40 is 40s because when I in 94, I was supposed to graduate in 94 and I was 18. So yes, 40s and 50s. Yeah.
40 and 50. Hold on.
Yeah, 40s and 50s. Trust me.
Let me check your math.
My math is accurate.
Yo, you doing too much math there, CB.
My math is
I'm trying to be precise. That means
I was there. I was a youth.
You're
during that
referring
time.
to mid 40, so it's mid 40s to
Right.
60.
Yeah, mid 40, yeah, but 60 is a little bit older, I think, for that. But I think mid
You'd be
40s to 50s.
You'd be surprised. This is Atlanta. Do you be surprised who showed up there?
Oh, it's possible. Yeah, in the 90s, Atlanta was popping.
Hey, when is it supposed to come out? When is it supposed to come out?
Hulu.
I think Hulu, and I think they said around next year, between now and next year. But yeah,
Brother Rich, you trying to pre-order, Brother Payne, you trying to get your pre-order on?
Chop,
I have Hulu already, but if it's next year, they're gonna stop that.
Don't
shit.
stop, get it. Let me see that doodle brown. Yo, you muted, Trigger, you muted, Trigger.
That's not even the worst footage because of course,
what if we getting it all wrong? What if it's people we would never even expect, man? That's in these videos. When was it again? It's in the 90s?
94 is the
94.
94 is the 94 from
What if
94.
it was something we did not expect, like civil rights era people?
Nah, come on, man. No.
It
wasn't that young.
Israel, you cannot say no. But you know why?
You think they was 30 or 40 years old?
Hold on, Israel. Jesse Jackson was not shopping in the Playboy match.
I mean, we know about them anyway. That's
So,
we ain't worried.
I know that's old news. So if they can't do that,
men aren't gonna necessarily get.
Yeah, we're not worried. But I'm just saying, like, you think Shirley Chisholm was out there?
Rosa Parks in there.
They Dorothy Heights and Shirley Chisholm was out there getting there.
You never know.
For those people who have gone to college and now, like let's say my age and prominent women, is absolutely possible. 100%. I know women now that are most, I'm from the East Coast, so I'm from VA. So all these people moved to DC and they're judges. I got a homegirl that's a judge in DC Circuit Court. I got, all. So it's like, this is very possible. And they were some straight up slores in college.
Hey, do you want to see one of the pictures, Trigger Mike, or nah? You want to see one of the pictures or nah?
Pictures of what?
Of the debauchery.
Show that shit.
Of course I do.
Hold on.
No, Anton showed on his show today, and I was laughing.
Put it on there.
Oh Lord!
Wow!
Oh Lord!
Wow!
That's one. Hold on.
I hope he's not still on the force. They're gonna take.
Yo, that's what I said.
Away.
How is he on the force doing that?
They're gonna take his pension away. Look what you were doing on duty.
Oh, he's gone now. Yeah.
He retired. He retired.
Real quick. So, y'all had to think about it. This what they showing on this documentary is only the light stuff, like the heavy stuff.
Oh my god! don't get demonetized.
Like the worst stuff, they can't. This is only little stuff. The worst stuff can't be shown. This stuff a lot out there, a lot worse than what they're gonna show on that documentary.
See, listen, I'm telling all you guys, man. If women, women didn't need to go to Freaknik to be freaky in college, man.
I know, but there was a lot of I don't know if you've seen that picture, but there was like 5-6 dudes and one chick, and they had it spread all the way open, like I snuck in the club, nigga. Like, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I'm just saying. Her whole thing was like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
Oh man.
You think they're gonna put that type of link?
How long did Freaknik last? For how many years?
Oh, it's from the 80s to almost to the end of the 90s. For like 83 to I think it was like 90, was like 97, 98, something like that.
So there's a lot of prominent people who are scared.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was in the 80s. But the 80s, it just started out as college kids, like a spring break for college kids
It
who
just
stayed in
towards in the
Atlanta.
90s.
It started out
haywire.
small, but yeah, the 90s is when it started getting off the chain.
Do you think they're gonna put those super explicit videos on there?
Oh, you know it, like Girls Gone Wild. You know it, man. That's what it was. Oh, you know it.
Oh, that's even worse. Girl Gone Wild worse, because you know why?
No, Girls Gone Wild is not worse than
you know why I say that? They could be a council woman in your district. You didn't even know it.
Wild don't got shit on no Freaknik. You better believe that and understand that. Girls Gone Wild was tame, was like soft corn compared to what Freaknik was. You better understand that.
I'm just saying.
People was on the highway. They had the highway shut down, and people would jump out their cars and be freaking right, like literally doing.
I get it.
Right there in the middle of the highway, fam. It was like that.
I don't think anybody can do freak stuff better than black people.
Nobody can do it
on earth. Nobody
get more freakier than black people.
And I don't know if that's a good badge of honor or not. That's not something to be proud of. But listen,
that's a shame.
Yeah, I myself went to an HBCU. I used to get invited to parties all the time at the neighboring white school, ODU, and I'd just be like, "What the hell is this? Is this a party or a powwow? What the hell is going? Is this a social? What the fuck is this? Social? I'm going back to my school.
Face down, ass up.
I mean, damn. Listen. I was a pretty conservative kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was a pretty conservative kid, and some of the stuff we used to have. Hey, shout out to Norfolk State University. We used to have something called the sweat box. You already know that's every single Thursday. All right, you already know.
Lockup. That's the male and female lockup in
it. As a man, if you don't go to that party with basketball shorts on with nothing else on, you overdressed. And a white t-shirt, your favorite pair of basketball shorts on. Listen. And this is me. I was sheltered as a kid. So imagine me in there like, whoa, what is going on? I used to have to be like, yo, this is inappropriate. I should tell her to stop. All right, the sweat box was lit. But yeah, the pineapples, that was a little too much for me at that age, boy. Woo. And y'all understand this is why my daughter's not staying on campus.
Yeah,
she can go to school.
Don't be too strict on her, because if you're too strict on her, you gotta push her to the arms of the streets. You gotta push her to the arms of the street. The streets be like this.
But go back to the old question.
I can't be too strict
about BT. BT was forced to be sober because they did them dirty. They didn't get the funding with from the government. So right now, Tyler Perry, Byron Allen trying to buy it, and PD with these out of the race. He cannot get it, but they're trying to buy it back. It's more likely when Tyler Perry will end up buying BET.
Yeah, but Tyler Perry buys it back. It's good.
It ain't gonna be no better.
Black hands, but it ain't gonna be no better.
It ain't gonna be no better. Most of the shows are his on BET right now, and they scandalous.
But here's the trick about it.
Say that bullshit he said. So absolutely, it's not.
Even though most of the show is his, he do have a share in the company already.
Okay, cool.
Majority share.
Yeah.
All right. So what's up? So Mike, is this the last one?
This is the last one. Let's get final thoughts on today's topics. We'll start with my man Israel.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Brothers and sisters. Let me say this. Focus on God. Put God as the center of your relationship, number one. Secondly, I want you to get that myth out your head that it's a happy wife, happy life. Listen to me. If the wife is happy, that means everybody else is miserable. And that means that you are going to have a hard way to go. So I like the saying that they came up with, happy king, happy kingdom. And not just because I'm a man. That just makes sense. So God bless y'all. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Come and check me out later if I go live too on my channel.
All right, Mr. Rich, final thoughts.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I always thought that happy wife, happy life shit was bullshit, man. So my wife, she does what she wants to do in terms of making herself happy in the things that she likes to do, her hobbies, the church, and all that kind of stuff. But she doesn't look to me to make her happy, so not like that. Satisfied maybe, protected, secure, but I'm not. I told her, I'm not responsible for making you happy, so I never worry about that. So so it's a scam. You know, let me be short-winded on that one. Go ahead. Next.
Thank you for having me up too, Trigger Mike. Thank you.
No doubt.
Take it easy.
Anytime, bro. Humble. All right, he's indisposed at the moment. JT, you there?
Yeah, before you go though, hey Trigger Mike, I sent you an email, man. I don't know if you read your emails or not, man. You know.
Yeah, I got to do better from the Trigger Mike email. I do. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Take a look at it.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life is a bunch of BS, and it's part of the reason why men nowadays are looking at marriage as something kind of skeptical, something they kind of don't want to participate in because it seems like something that's not in their benefit or nothing that helps them in no way. So my question is, how can the people who are married, what can the people who are married do to make marriage seem more appetizing for or appeasing for people who are skeptic of it or people who want to get away from it in general? Because that's a lot of people.
Go over to my page and read my 10-step keys to courting and vetting a woman for marriage. Go over there. I just put it out there. I think it's pretty good myself.
Is that gonna tell you what you need to do to get a wife, or how it, or is that gonna tell you what benefit is coming to a wife?
The answer is yes. You do what I tell you, and then you can pay me later.
All right. King Colin.
Happiness in a woman, it doesn't exist. There's no such thing. They're way too fickle and they change their mind way too much. As far as happy king, happy kingdom, I 100% agree. Again, I don't believe in happiness at all. I believe a man's purpose is to put in the work. And as long as he's putting in the work, he'll find happiness and gratitude in doing that. Outside of that, though, I do believe that you can bring me that plate. That no matter what happens, if someone is doing things contrary to the purpose.
No, he did. No, he did.
Yes, sir. Bars. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We see it. We see the flex. We see the flex, young man. We see the flex. We see what it is. We see it.
He timed it perfectly.
Yeah.
He could have came in when anybody else was talking, be like, yeah, let me get the plate. So happy king, happy king.
And he put the plate on display so we can see what he eating to. We saw it.
Regardless, though, let me finish that up. What happens is we constantly put all this energy into these women that don't really appreciate the actions because they don't understand what appreciation really means because they're never taught or told what that is. But regardless, we just gotta appreciate each other, man. We'll find happiness in everything that we do. That's all I gotta say. Oh, and Freaknik, it's turned, man. When they drop it, I'll be getting that. I'll review that. I'll review that for sure. Other than that, that's all, brother.
Hey, listen, your channel, if you review it on YouTube, your channel get demonetized for sure. Because that content, woo.
Hey, if it happens, it happens. That's all I got to say,
all
brother.
Right. CBN, Black David.
I'll go be straight to the punch. When I heard happy wife, happy life, I asked them, should we have written in the book? I found a bunch of retarded ass Christian men follow that nonsense. And yet they claim to be Christian, but the Bible says otherwise. I bumped him with a lot of female, but I told him, you cannot show me in the book where it's documented. I'm not going to believe in the crap coming out of your mouth. Happy wife, happy life is designed for destruction, dissolution, waste, nothing, nada. If you go based on feeling that change every now and then good luck with that. Yes, I bumped him with my wife with that thing. I told her in her face, I don't believe in that BS. If it's not written, I'm not following. Period. That's my principle. No. So if you look in the Bible says the woman put to cater to the men, not the man catered to the woman. The woman put to respect the man, not the man to respect the woman. So that being said, you want to continue to act like a complete fool? Be my guest. I've been wanting to make you look like a complete idiot. Other than that, if you follow that motto, then you're a complete jackass. And I approve it. Got a problem?
Humble. Let's get your final thoughts on the topic.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Good.
Yep.
For me, marriage is a duty, not happiness. A husband got a duty and a wife has a duty. It's a job. When both sides do their job, both people will be happy. Don't come into a marriage thinking you're going to be happy. You're going to work. You're about to get to work. The man have to do his job by providing, protecting, and all the way down. The woman, the same thing. You nurture and you're going to take care of your business. You're going to take care of your home. Because the Bible said, a wise woman do not tear down her house. She build. A wise woman build. That's a wife. So for me, on this take is marriage is a duty and not happening. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody on the panel for coming through today. Make sure you follow them on their individual platforms. My man Israel has a channel, and he's also on the Toxic Avengers channel. Am I right? Marriage, Politics,
Yes,
and
sir.
Sports
I appreciate you.
also has a channel. Anybody? CBN, you got a channel?
I got a tech channel. I want to do about tech. You call it based on the name TBN Tech Talk. You look it up, you'll find me.
My channel is Israel Mills, ISRAELMILLZ 4183 on YouTube. Follow me there and subscribe. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
No doubt. Colin, you got a channel?
Right here, same name. On my channel, I have descriptions of all the degrees in astrology. I also have a mini blessings programming that I'm working on currently. I have 10 episodes. You should definitely go check it out. Get you something positive in your life. That's all.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Mr. Rich.
Say what?
Your channel. Go ahead. Shout out your channel.
Oh yeah, just marriage politics. You see it up here, marriage, politics, and sports. And you can get there just by putting that in there. And I got like 14 videos up, man. So, but the last one, I have to say, so the last one I think is pretty damn good.
Yeah, so you in your bag, you did your thing. Like, look.
I really do. I think my thumbnails are pretty good too, man. So just go there, check it out, man. I'm here different than a lot of people. I mean, I'm having a good time doing this. I know people looking for views and monetization. If I ever get there, great. But I'm just having a blast, put some stuff up there. But
Absolutely.
My last video on the 10 steps, I think is pretty good.
Yes, sir. I just got monetized, and I was so excited I couldn't even help myself. So
I was there.
Thank you. I had just got monetized last Saturday, bro. Man. I was elated. I appreciate everybody that supported.
I was going to say, at some point,
Mr. Rich did come through, so I appreciate you, sir, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen.
I'm out. Catch y'all tomorrow. Hey, thank everybody for coming through to the Trigger Mike Show. Let me get these super chats. Me University says, but the proxy is enough to give black men chicken pox. Me University also says, KS stayed away from those people and chose to married black women, close to married black women. Tia Marie says, in 40 years from now, what will be the equivalent to Freaknik in our current area? Everybody's individual homes will be the equivalent to Freaknik. It's wild out here. It's hedonism. Everybody just doing what the hell they want. No Freaknik necessary. This going on in the streets. It's going on in Miami. All right. Everybody just goes to Miami and does all the BS they need to. But I appreciate y'all. I'm not sure what's coming on tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow with another great topic. Thank y'all for tuning into the Trigger Mike Show. On your way out, please hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Help us out with that. I always appreciate your support and thank you for coming through. Trigger Mike signing out till next time. I am out of here for today. My dog won't stop barking because they cutting the grass, but I'm out, y'all.